Welcome everybody to the low elo 1v1 bracket. Got 6 people competing together to see who is the best at 1v1ing other people. Very, very complex stuff going on. Our contestants for today, if memory serves, are Pickin, Palm Tiger, Drac, Hell to Pay, Morgan, and Fat Shotgunner. Should be a fun couple games. All in all, looking forward to it. Do I get to see the draft or no?
Oh,
No,
sorry.
I'll just watch the stream. It's fine.
Hold on, I thought I got you.
No, it's too late. I've already turned the stream on.
I always have the stream on anyway.
Yeah, I need to have it on. But the first game is Drac versus Fat Shotgunner, and the first bans for each side. Drac banned Vel'Koz, Twisted Fate, Brand, and chose Bard. And Shotgunner banned Jhin, Ashe, and Akali. We'll see what their pick is. Shotgunner picks Corki. Hello, Gumbo. Pose the bans they locked in for. It is Alawi versus Renekton. I was just given inaccurate information because I hate myself. What do you think about this, Jay?
Should be interesting, I think. I don't know who wins this matchup, though.
Well, I will say both of these players are on Anja, which is my team, and Fat Shotgunner's Alawi is gross. It's deadly. He wins lanes often, and it's scary. But
Do you think
without multiple people to hit for the ult, it's kind of.
But Alawi does have more poke than Renekton, though.
She does. But I am.
So, she'll be able to E and Q Renekton.
Absolutely. If Shotgunner can keep it at a poke, then Renekton shouldn't have much of an ability to jump in. But if Renekton gets in quickly, I don't think it should be that much of an issue for him. Top lane matchup of the century.
Honestly. Sure did. It's because you have us talking. We're so wonderful.
Yes. I'm sorry for everybody watching. Interesting things will happen soon, I promise.
Oh, so we're not interesting enough?
No, we're not. Just because you said JPod once does not make us premium content.
Yes, J-Pod is where it's at.
Okay. Snowball Cleanse coming in from Fat Shotgunner. Greenhorn taking a much more common group with the Ignite and Flash, both of them taking relatively normal runes. Are we pausing at 0? Is that the play? Where are we pausing at, Private? I'm at 23. Jarm's Fist and Refillable Potion coming out for Shotgunner, but Drac going with the Tiamat and a single health potion. Action, of course, looking to try and get the early cheese all in, sitting in the bush. Lowy wisely
Setting up those tentacles.
starting with a little dance party. Drac obliges. An early fight going on. Necton diving right into combat, but the trade going about even. Well, the rules, of course, are first tower 100 farm. That was a very quick all in and kill. Drac, Shotgunner just done and gone. Didn't respect the all in enough, it seems. GG. Very quick Earth's-Furly Blood from Drac. Good way to start off the 1v1 tournament. Unfortunate for Shotgunner. Gumball, you're fired, by the way.
Wow, what a savage.
Truly. That was a very good game. Very quick game. I I don't know how else we go about it. I suppose we're just waiting. Drac is Greenhorn for those of you not aware.
I'm streaming it.
Are you? Look at you.
Yes. Yes.
Hell to pay picking Cho'gath, it looks like. Do we know what the bans were?
Yeah. Bands were Galio, Diana, Talon from Hell to Pay, and then Fiddlesticks, Cass, and Zig from Morgan Freeman.
All relatively good bans. I am surprised that Hell to Pay decided to leave Morgan the Katarina if he chose to take it.
All right. Well, I gotta go
Takes the
eat.
Silas
So
instead.
I'll be back.
Bye, Jay.
I'll be streaming.
And it is going to be the Cho'gath versus Silas matchup. Should be a very interesting matchup. Silas, of course, having a fairly decent all-in capability, but it will be particularly dangerous if he can wait it out until 6 to steal the Cho'gath ult to kind of use the feast against Hell to Pay here. Hell to Pay can use his knockups effectively, should be able to keep Silas off of him, of course, but Silas is just a very slippery bastard. These go by as quickly as they have been. Should not be a very long game, no. About a minute left till we get in. Curious though, both of these champions are notably fairly decent farmers. This could be one that goes to 100 CS as opposed to a first blood, but I'm not sure either Hell to Pay or Morgan are looking to let it run that long. All right, chat. Who do we have winning this one? Zerg has Cho. Very active. The silence could really fuck up. Silence could really fuck up Silas. Rodok's always the one to play the devil's advocate is going for Silas. Should be very interesting. I do think that the game will very much rely on what Silas decides to go. If Morgan decides to go for an all-in early kill, then it will entirely be reliance on Cho'gath to hit his silence or perish for the win. But if he goes for a longer game and tries to make it to 6, which it looks like Cho'gath might be going for, taking Aftershock, then I think farming will very much play into it just to see who can get the level 6 quicker. Long loading time. Jay's computer is crappy. Zerg changing his pick. Not a fan of the aftershock, it looks like. Hello, Beyonce. And gone just like that. Unfortunately, because Jay's not here, we won't get to see what items either of them pick.
Welcome to the howling of
We're also on manual camera. Let's go, Jay. Absolutely powerful.
minions have spawned.
Unfortunately, I cannot get in to watch the game because I think the game is over. So we will just be watching the minimap this time, as it looks like both of the contestants line up across from each other to dash away in Silas's case, and Cho'gath to just walk away. This is top tier content right here. Silas taking the worst part of that engage, lower on health. Mana is still fairly high, so Cho'gath likely got in a couple abilities. Cho'gath also taking Mark and Flash, while Silas taking the Ignite Flash. Cho'gath doing a fairly decent job of pushing in Silas. Should, in theory, help him make Silas miss a little bit of farm. Silas just about back to full health now. Quality is atrocious as well. Silas back under his tower. Cho'gath not backing down. Casting abilities. Trades going through. Heal comes out for Silas. Heal from his W, that is. Cho'gath much lower, backs away. Very definitely the loser in this side of the fight.
First blood.
And Silas with the first blood on Cho'gath. I'm not sure how it happened, but it did. With that, Morgan beats out Hell to Pay in another quick first blood. Not quite sure how long into the game. Alright, Rodox, if you're listening, please invite me. You do not have to.
A summoner has disconnected.
uh,
A summoner has disconnected.
Private Eye is in, okay. Thank you very much to both Sia and Monkey who posted in the Shoutcaster's room to have the Shoutcaster who was not here fix the camera. I appreciate you guys. Really doing God's work out here. Alright, so am I watching the Twitch stream now? The tech. Yes, Monkey. Pump Tiger goes Darius while Pickin goes Jace. Should be interesting. Heldepe's here for the TLDR. Heldepe was bullying, and his ult was stolen at the perfect time. Exactly what Silas should be doing in that situation, trying to wait till 6 to steal the feast and just take a quick munch. Probably can I ask you to stream the game as opposed to just to Twitch? Thank you. This is looking like a much more clear version for everybody. Jace is obviously going to try and poke out the Darius as best he can, and Darius is going to do his damnedest to just run Jace down, is what I'm expecting here. Into the loading screen we go. Gumball, you missed us watching a 1v1 from Fountain looking at the mini-map. Morgan on Silas beat out Hell to Pay on Cho'gath. Oh, just the top tier of content, Gumball. Okay, Private Eye has minimized the application, so I will be watching the stream along with you guys. Looks like we have Hail of Blades for Darius and Phase Rush for Jace. Both of them taking Flash, Jace taking the Ignite, while Darius taking the Mark to try and maximize the all-in potential, it looks like.
Welcome to the Howling Abyss.
I can see this because I'm watching the Twitch stream. Yours is paused because you have the application minimized.
Minions have spawned.
He's showing his fancy feet. Darius slaughtering the shadow minions. About a minute in. Let the trade begin. Taken already, focusing on poking and keeping the minions where they are as opposed to farming. Though he is farming. Big trade coming in. Darius getting the pull in and the heal off afterwards. Leaves Jace down about half of his health bar for only about a quarter of Palm Tigers. Misses his big poke, getting marked. This could be very quick for him. Very quick, and the mark comes in, and instead of flashing away once the mark hit, Picken just kind of stayed there, hoping the tower would do the rest of the work, resulting in a fairly quick victory for Palm Tiger. Okay. Drac versus I Hate Name Pickin'. The bans this time, Drac banned Urgot, Tom Kench, and Yorick. Pickin' banning Renekton, Set, and Garen. Looks like Pickin' is going to go for the Wukong. Something he's been practicing a fair bit of. Not as much a fan of the poke Jace. Going more for the all-in. And Drac going for the Jax. Gumball is voting that we get rid of Pickin'. About a minute 30 to go. Both of these champions much more jump in and stay in combatants than a lot of our previous matchups have been, with one poke and one trying to stay further away. This should be a fairly quick match, I would expect, as both players are going to try to get their 3 before jumping in. Okay. Uh, Typically speaking, top laners do have some of the better duelists. It's an island, so only makes sense. I got kicked out of the lobby as well. That must be. So we will wait for the outcome of that one before we tell you what happens, because we don't know. I can't tell you. They are almost 4 minutes into the match, and both of them are still going. Now we are on to Palm Tiger versus Hell to Pay. Very powerful client issues. Spaghetti code of Rito Games showing itself in full force. Looks like it's going to be the Yasuo for Palm Tiger, and the Fiddlesticks coming out for Hell to Pay. Hell to Pay's Fiddlesticks, of course, is most played champion when games and league games, and Palm Tiger, of course, always flaunting his skill on Yasuo, yet I have not seen it before, so I cannot speak to his actual level of skill. Do we have anybody willing to take sides on this one? I think as long as Heldepe can play it relatively defensive, it should be fairly simple for him. Without the projectiles blocked by Yasuo, he just has to make sure he doesn't take that many aggressive bad trades, and it should be a fairly easy
I just
One
wanted
viewer
to
from
announce that these boys had a gentleman's agreement for main, so there was no bans, and it's just straight up main against main. All right.
very well. I've should be interesting. Again, I have not seen Palm Tiger's Yasuo, but Hell to Pay's Fiddlesticks is very good. Both sides, of course, confident in their pick. It should be interesting to see Palm Tiger's Yasuo. About a minute left until we get to the loading screen so we can see runes. As was just stated in the chat, it would be appreciated if clips could be made of the wins. Make them easier to track down, as well as skipping all of these long pauses where I am stuck here with very little information trying to say intelligent stuff, none of which is my forte. Into the lobby we go, onto the loading screen. Tiger on Yasuo bringing fleet footwork with the domination secondary. Flash and Mark should help him get in relatively quickly. Heltepe taking Electrocute as well as Barrier and Flash. I am paused at 10 seconds. Let us go. Buy coming out for both sides. Heltepe going for a needlessly large rod, as well as 3 health pots, while Palm Tiger opts for Guardian's Hammer, boots, and 3 health pots.
Howling abyss.
Decides to play his flute, and Heltepe decides to be a scarecrow. Not play his flute, never mind, he's growing a tree. I have not seen this skin on Yasuo yet, so I'm unaware as to what he does. Heltepe striking first, doesn't do much damage, but gets the electrocute off very quickly. Palm Tiger going right back in after it, trying to get some of the damage back, knocking up Heltepe. Heltepe goes in for the heal, healing back a lot of damage. The fight continues. The mark comes out from Palm, goes in on it. Heltepe uses that as an option to heal, but then barrier. Palm Tiger follows in, but has to flash away as he went too close to the turret range and sparks aggro. Heltepe going in for the heal again, getting Palm Tiger very low. Has some massive health of his own as he sits there and just rebuilds. This is gross. This is gross. Palm Tiger doing his damnedest to stay away from Heltepe until he can regen a little bit more of his health. Heltepe still having a pot, and Palm Tiger sitting there with none. That heal is just gross in a 1v1. The mana should be the issue. Helldepay already fairly low on his mana, only less than 200. Palm Tiger doing his best to keep up. Goes all the way in for the knock-up, does some damage, but all of it healed up by Helldepay. Palm Tiger sitting firmly at half of his health. Helldepay at a little over 150 mana. Bolting in, the fear off on Palm Tiger should be almost enough to kill him. Palm Tiger going back in for some reason with the mark doesn't take any damage for it. Mana was too low for Helldepay as they go in and fight on the shrine. Knock up from Palm Tiger. Helldepay pulling out the heal, but with just Palm Tiger to pull in, not enough to keep him safe as he flashes away and retreats to his back relic. And Palm Tiger goes to clear minions a little bit and likely to do the same. Level 8 on Palm Tiger. No, level 6, my bad. Is Helldepay steals the relic and some healing. Palm Tiger doing his best, knocking up, doing some decent damage onto Helldepay. It should be enough with the barriers over, but the mark is just too much for Helldepay to get away, and Palm Tiger comes back from a very bad early couple trades and wins the game with another first blood. Morgan Freeman versus Fat Shotgunner coming out. Morgan chose to ban the Vel'Koz, Alawi, and Brand, and Shotgunner banning the Talion, Galio, and Set, leaving up both the Diana and the Katarina. It's okay. Everybody always forgets to invite me. I'll just watch your stream and move on with my life. They are coming out for Fat Shotgunner and Morgan going with the Gnar. Neither of these picks I've seen on either person, so I'm very interested to see how this goes. Shotgunner with the Vigar is trying to keep his opponent off of him and likely going for a longer game here so he can stack up a little bit. Absolutely. Last game with the mana issues. The mana was just, it was a very high cost to keep doing those extended trades, and when Yasuo got away, even with such low health and Fiddle at full, without the mana to go back in again from the Fiddlesticks, Yasuo can just stand back and wait until all of his cooldowns are up and just go right back in. I think if Fiddle had taken a more aggressive secondary rune, or even as opposed to Flash, taking something like Ignite, or taking the Lost Chapter as opposed to the needlessly large rod, all of that would have made a fairly big difference for him. For those of you who are not in this call, which is just about every one of you watching except me, and JJ's watching still. I don't know where she's gone, but she is watching, so don't you worry. Private Eye is very stuck on the choice of the needlessly large rod over the Lost Chapter, which admittedly makes a lot of sense. The needlessly large rod is not exactly the most gold efficient, especially in a 1v1 where you can't back for more mana or more health. The Lost Chapter would have helped to try and mitigate some of the mana issues that come from a higher level fiddle with less items. So it's always the caveat, isn't it? If it had ended earlier, what happened wouldn't have happened. I'm not sure I agree with the tier and 4 pots. You do need the AP to try and heal through Yasuo's damage. Morgan with the Ignite and Flash, taking press the attack with and Vygar taking Flash Cleanse with a Comet rune primary. So very definitely a poke versus look for your opportunities here. I'm not sure that you'd have enough money for the tier and the Lost Chapter on the budget of 1,400 gold, but if you could have gone both, that would have been very helpful, of course. I'm fairly certain both of those items take up most of the gold you get, most of your starting gold, I mean. Into the game itself we go. Almost going with the tier, but deciding that is not the way to go for Vygar. Ends up going with a needlessly large rod in 3 pots.
Welcome to the howling abyss.
On a more mana... Wait, he didn't take Cleanse, he took Clarity. That's the mana one, isn't it? I am reading it right, so... Looks like he's hoping for his Summoner spell to do most of the heavy lifting for mana management. His Gnar goes the Vampiric Scepter, Dagger, and Refillable Pot, giving himself most of the regen he needs, getting himself a little check in the far bush there to make sure that Shotgunner's not trying to pull anything funny. Already a stun and a little bit of damage onto Morgan as Shotgunner's trying to assert himself. You see his health. His mana is already down about a third of the way. Morgan's only taken about 100 damage that stayed thanks to that Vampiric Scepter. Throwing out the cage again for more poke. Already down below half on the mana. Down about half his health as well. This is looking kind of sketchy for Shotgunner, especially as Morgan takes the relic from Shotgunner, getting the initial healing as well as the secondary burst. Shotgunner is stuck with only the secondary. He keeps throwing up the cage, which is just cutting through his mana. Absolutely. It very much looks like Gnar sitting here about to go Mega as Fat Shotgunner pops Clarity to give himself mana back. I still agree that the Lost Chapter was a much better pick, especially on a later game champion with higher cost. As Gnar pulls him out from under turret, the Flash trying to save his life, the Flash coming out from Morgan Freeman to get himself out of the cage under turret. A fairly decent trade on both people's sides, but if Freeman had put himself perhaps a little bit further away from turret or waited a little longer, could have been a very early kill. But both people retreating back to their inner relic and going right back to fighting with one another. Shotgunner at about half health and half mana. Freeman doing a fairly decent job of keeping his health up and with no mana costs. That, of course, isn't a concern. Now you get a check on the CS. 15 to 10, so Shotgunner is in the lead for that, but 15 at this point is not quite enough where you can sit there and comfortably wait to hit 100, of course. As Morgan goes in, takes a tower shot and a lot of minion aggro. Very good trade for Shotgunner, but is keeping his mana down as Morgan gets his Mega Gnar, healing up a fair bit. Shotgunner keeps getting the cage, which is decent poke, or decent guaranteed poke if he lands it, but at the end of the day, I almost prefer that he'd stop throwing it until he gets his mana back up to where it needs to be for an extended trade. Already down to basically none. He won't even have enough to throw up a cage now at this point if Morgan jumps in on him, taking the relic just to try and keep his mana up, as well as topping his health off a little bit more. Morgan keeping the pressure though. Fairly decent job of keeping Shotgunner pushed in and poking him, and still has both of his relics up. Mega Gnar right about there. Shotgunner knowing this and seems to be respecting it, but Mega Gnar getting it anyway. The stun under the turret though is big. Does steal the relic though. And Shotgunner taking a rock to the face on the way out does mean that's a much more even trade than it would first appear. Though I would like to point out that Shotgunner has fed the Poro and Morgan Freeman has not. And as such, I have to give this win to Shotgunner regardless of what happens. One would think that a Yordle would care about the Poro, but it would seem that a good stun there, but a decent poke back on Fat Shotgunner keeps him from pushing back. The flash from Fat Shotgunner is very easily negated by a jump away from Gnar. With that quick stun, it seems like there could have been a lot more damage that came out onto Gnar, but when Gnar landing the boomerang, it was just enough to make Vygar turn away just long enough to mitigate most of the damage he would have taken. Shotgunner, of course, sitting here on very minimal mana, just about 100 and 400 health. That's not doing much better. Morgan about to hit Mega Gnar, it looks like, and with a little bit more health, Shotgunner kind of has to take what he can get and then fuck off, because this could get really sketchy really quick. Especially with no flash on Vygar and a flash on Morgan Freeman. The Mega about to come up, a boomerang landed, but Vygar retreats back to his relics for the much needed mana and health. Mega Gnar comes out, Gnar taking the relic just to taking the relic a little early just to make sure that Vygar doesn't come up and get the added healing from it. Shotgunner now sitting with about half mana and half health, while Morgan is sitting with about full health. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the longest match we've had so far, already at 7 minutes. Clarity back up for the Veigar should mean that his mana issues will be mitigated for a little bit, but honestly I feel like you need to pop that as soon as you get it to get the most out of it. The CS sitting at about 50 for both sides. Morgan having a slight lead over Vigar. Morgan over Shotgun. Clarity comes out. Meganar going in. And the Shotgunner just overstepped just a little bit too much, and Morgan taking advantage.
A summoner has disconnected.
This next one looks to be Pickin versus Shotgunner. Pickin banning the Vel'Koz and the Alawi with his first two bans, and Shotgunner banning Zed against Pickin. I respect the drip. But I haven't seen it. And yes, Turtle, there's only one caster today because Jay was supposed to be my co-caster so we could have J-Pod back, but she very quickly left after I believe it was the second game. Or was it before the second game started? I'm not quite sure. The last bands rounding out the bands is Pickin banning the Vel'Koz, allowing Malzahar, and Shotgunner banning the Zed, the Xayah, neither of which I've seen Pickin on before, and the Urgot, of course, which is Pickin's favorite champion. Or at least his most played. I wouldn't call it his favorite because I would hate to speak for somebody. The longest match so far of this tournament ends with Vigar just getting a little bit too cocky while Nar has Mega Nar up and ready. Results in a very quick death for him. Hopefully this game can be either just as exciting or maybe a little more exciting for just about as long. Shall see. But Donk, someone has joined the call, and it is Monkey. Leads choices for both sides. Fat Shotgunner choosing Darius, and Pickin choosing Camille. Yet again, I will be watching along with you guys on our Twitch channel. Rodox told me to leave, so I did. I timings, I don't ask questions. He gets upset when you ask questions. I was told to leave the lobby for the current game, so I am watching the Twitch stream as opposed to spectating it. You see, Rodak's already getting defensive in chat. Whatever you say, Rodax. Thank you, sir. Be a little bit early on that one.
Adapt or perish.
Executioners and a sword coming out for pickin', while Fat Shotgunner with a ghost exhaust Darius takes Merc Treads and a refillable potion, very much trying to prevent the slows that can come out from Camille from keeping him to get to him as opposed to the damage.
Minions have spawned.
I do not know who is in the lead. Rodox would be the person to ask that. We're going in for an early knockup is grabbed out of the air by Fat Shotgunner. A very uneven trade. Shotgunner taking the majority of the punishment out of that one. Another trade going in. The knockup comes out to Pickin, but Shotgunner doing his best to keep up there. The exhaust comes out, trying to keep Pickin away, but Pickin ends up with 5 stacks, has to flash away to try and prevent the Q from keeping it up, and likely resulting in demise. The knockup comes out, but the heal comes out for Darius. This could be the end of it right here, and Darius dies to the burn. Pickin coming out on top of Fat Shotgunner. So just for clarity's sake, the reason I was not in the last lobby is so that I could start the spectating for the next game earlier so we could keep things moving along quicker. This one will be between Drac Greenhorn on Pantheon with Conqueror and Flash Ignite against Hell to Pay on Sivir with Electrocute with Heal and Flash. I will stream for you so you may see. The bands coming out for this one, Drac banned away Hell to Pay's Fiddlesticks, Gnar, and Twisted Fate, and Hell to Pay banning away Drac's Jhin, Urgot, and Renekton. It should be another fairly early game. Pantheon does hit his power spike here at level 3. I'm expecting to see either a Caulfield's Hammer or a Valley item, but instead we get boots. Sells the boots. Hell to Pay on the other side has already left and has taken a Vampiric Scepter, a dagger, and 4 pots, while Pantheon has sided for a Phage and 3 pots. Hell to Pay getting his groove on. Throws a Q out. Drac doing Pantheon's little spin. Not very much early going on. Heldepe doing a fairly good job of staying away from Pantheon's W range, the jump, as he steps up just too much and Pantheon comes in, gets the jump on as well as the Q to follow up, but the shield, the assault just didn't quite line up right away, so had to miss out on a bit of the damage to line it back up, but does get the Q out of the way, flashes for the W, and just deletes Sivir. A very quick game, as expected. Anytime there's a Pantheon, it's just going to be a quick match every time. Our next game is going to be between Morgan and Palm Tiger, as Morgan bans away Palm Tiger's Wukong, Darius, and Lilia. First ban for the new champ in our 1v1, and Palm Tiger banning away Morgan's Galio, Garen, and Yumi. Very well. I'm discovering ways to break Discord by watching my own ended stream. Palm Tiger comes out with the Yasuo, which was left up. What he used in his last game versus, not his last game, but his game versus Heldepe. Morgan gets his Talon. Another one of his very common picks. This one's a lot harder to tell than in previous ones. I haven't seen Morgan on Talon, but with Yasuo's Windwall being able to block some projectiles from Talon, as well as just the showing that Palm had on Yasuo earlier, this could be a very, very rough one if Morgan doesn't get some early cheese, I think. Otherwise, I think this could be very easily Palm Tiger's game. Then again, having not seen Morgan on Talon, I can't say for certain which way this will go. Anybody in chat have a different opinion? Want to tell me I'm wrong? Want to say anything? Guys, I'm lonely. Thank you, Masquerade. I appreciate you. As well as you, Hollow Nightmare. Masquerade, you're wrong, and I'm not going to explain why. I very much appreciate that, sir. Thank you for, with that kind of argument, I really can't go back to my old way of thinking. Hollow Nightmare standing up, also disagreeing just for the sake of an argument, but also does not put forth an argument, kind of defeats the purpose. I'm not spectating this one. I am watching the stream currently, Private Eye. Morgan on flash, electrocute. Palm Tiger taking the flash and the mark and sticking with his fleet footwork. First items being a Tiamat and a pot for Talon, as well as the Guardian's Hammer and I believe boots for Yasuo.
Minions have spawned.
Monkey out here with the big brain plays. If I'm just in game with him, I don't have to wait the 3 minutes. Early poke coming out, but looking like neither side really taking too much damage or losing much in the way of mana in Talon's case. The extension of the trade does go in Talon's favor as the wind wall goes backwards to try and mitigate some of the bleeding, but the ignite is just too much and Yasuo falls very quickly. For those of you who said for argument's sake I was wrong, you were correct.
A summoner has disconnected.
Yes, Monkey, that could work, but but with what we're doing right now with two of us jumping into an individual game does seem to be working a little bit better than waiting the 3 minutes. So until Rodox changes his ways, I think this is how we're going to have to stick with things. I'm not sure the overheal would have helped him out in that one. That game was done very quickly. Not sure there would have been enough time for the overheal to really play in as much as it could have if they'd gone for a slower trade. I do not see any more custom lobbies being made or any of the people competing in such, so I will assume that Rodux has either exploded or setting up playoffs. All right, so the playoffs look like it's in Morgan is in the lead at first place, second place going to Palm Tiger, third Pickin, fourth Drac or Greenhorn, fifth Hell to Pay, and sixth Fat Shotgunner. So Morgan Freeman will be facing Fat Shotgunner in the first round. Palm Tiger facing Hell to Pay in the second, in a second versus fifth, and Pickin playing Drac in a third versus fourth. And after this, the winner of 2 versus 5 will play the winner of 3 versus 4, as the winner of 1 versus 6 seeding gets a bye. And then the winner of that will move on. So it's your average seeded bracket, but the winner of the first seed versus sixth seed does get a first round bye, it seems. Having a 7-minute break, as of Rodox saying 7-minute break. I am online. I'm away, but I'm there. Chilling like a villain. Private is the audio on the stream on? Tell you to turn it back on. Rodox just told me. No worries. So Fat Shotgunner has conceded to Morgan Freeman. So that puts Morgan right into the first place conversation. The Shotgunner is already out. Unfortunate. It seems that Shotgunner either had somewhere to be and said he could not stay, or whatever the reason. Just like that, we move on to second seed versus fifth seed and Palm Tiger versus Hell to Pay. So if we were to do what Monkey was saying, you would jump into the game and you would just stay in Fountain and you just move your screen, you'd unlock your screen and go just sit it over what's happening. You'd see everybody's items, but you'd only see an up-to-date perspective on one person because you'd be on their team. But it should give you most of what you'd need. It'd just be, we would be able to tell exactly when people pop relics, and that's about it. We would also miss out on a little bit of bush play, but at the end of the day, hardly an issue. I'm sure Rodox has an opinion on it and just has not said it yet. Pick and bans are going through. Well, Monkey, not if they're, not if you're not looking at that specific spot. So we would be able to see it, but not necessarily right away, which is why I said not right away as opposed to just not see it at all. Pick and bans go through for Palm Tiger and Hell to Pay. Palm Tiger bans away the Fiddlesticks and the Galio. And Hell to Pay banning away Yasuo and Zed. Gnar the third ban for Palm Tiger. We'll see what Hell to Pay's third and final ban is. Kali the last ban for Hell to Pay. Monkey, I do agree with you, but I am just here so I don't get fined. Yorick the pick for Hell to Pay. Palm Tiger hovering and just now locking in the Fiora. Should be another top lane matchup of epic proportions, as so many have been thus far. The single appearance of an ADC as well as some brief appearances of mid laners. Well, the Sivir clearly didn't work, so he had to change something up, and with the Fiddlesticks banned, I suppose top laner was the next logical option, basic. Can't play one of your mains, you might as well play a top laner. Admittedly, as a support main, I likely would not pick any of my main champions in a 1v1. Did you just say I should pick Rakan in a 1v1? Why would I pick a Rakan in a 1v1? It can work, but you miss out on an entire ability with your W. And while yes, I have done it, I beat Drac with it before, it's still not good. Brand hardly counts as just a support. You can play him mid lane just fine. No, I think the exceptions for supports that I do play would be Pantheon, Pike, and Brand. Potentially the Sona, depending on who I'm facing. But I think it'd be better off if I just picked a top laner, all things considered. Spectator delay is OP. I am also out of the lobby, so if you could stream it, that would make me the big happy. Don't tell me what to do, Rodox. Because I comply with exactly what he just told me to do. Morgan, why you gotta do me like that? I thought we were friends, and now you're lobbying for me to get verbally abused by Rodox. How dare you? How dare you, good sir? Monkey out here critiquing every single pixel of a step that Palm Tiger takes on his Fiora. Healthpay taking Grasp, Ignite, and Flash, while Palm Tiger goes his Fleet Footwork, Mark, Flash that he has done on all of his champions thus far that I remember. I might be misspeaking there. I am not a clever man. Promise this is not my fault that you guys can't see. Please blame Private Eye. They're complaining, man. I don't. The people want to see the loading screen. Oh, so it's my fault because Private chose something. Thank you very much. You know what? Now that you put forward that argument, I understand the error of my ways with the Tiamat start from Fiora as well as a Guardian Hammer and a Longsword for Hell-to-Pay. I believe that's what it's called, but I don't know off the top of my head. It is Guardian's Hammer. Let's go.
Minions have spawned.
It is very efficient. Very efficient and very diverse, which makes it a really strong early item. Here it goes right in, and Palm Tiger just goes right about taking him down to half health. Jumping right back in, making sure that he stays away from his damn farm. Trying to make sure he can mitigate as many of those ghoul spawns as possible. Trying to keep Yorick away from the lane. Very good in a 1v1. Goes in for the true damage. The flash comes out to try and mitigate another mark for Fiora. ghouls come through as well as the mark on the part of Hell to Pay. Palm Tiger gets stuck. It's down to about half, but gets the ignite out and steals the relic. Both are about the same. Palm Tiger taking more turret aggro. If he could just stop taking turret aggro, I don't think he'd need flash. He goes in for another poke trade onto the Yorick. Both of them just about half health, but Yorick has his ghouls, but misses his missed mark. Fiora gets trapped again, takes a huge hit, and is just taking the punishment. Some massive damage coming through, less than 100 health on Palm Tigers. He runs away back to his relics, both of which are still up. Both of them retreat to their inner relics. York the first to come back. Palm Tiger does not seem to be too far behind, but we get hit by the mist for the ghouls right away. Gets stuck in the wall, and that's it for Palm Tiger. Hell to Pay just taking him down. The ult not enough to save Fiora. As we are joined by Gumball.
Hi,
Hello.
how's it going, Apple?
Oh, you know, living the dream. Solo casting 1v1s as private bitches about first buys.
I was hoping. I thought Jay was going to cast with you.
She was supposed to, but she just kind of disappeared after getting into the lobby for the second game. That's really none of my business. So, if you guys would like to, I am streaming the next game. Let me know when y'all are in. Private?
She said, "Nah." Yeah, Jay just left you, huh? She just left to let you
I
to
assume she had something actually important to take care of, and frankly, this is not exactly the most labor-intensive shoutcasting job.
It has been a pretty calm stream so far.
Well,
Nothing-
when there's only two
nothing
people
serious.
throwing out abilities, you can only get so hype.
Yeah.
You're in? Alright.
Okay.
Going in. Greenhorn or Drac is on the Xerath taking Arcane Comet, and Picken is on Volibear taking Press the Attack, Flash, Mark, while Xerath has the Barrier and Flash.
I'm not fine with Comet for a 1v1. Seems kind of weak.
Private is throwing a party here, seeing that Drac has now taken the Lost Chapter, finally seeing an AP player take the Lost Chapter over the needlessly large rod.
Is that the first one we see in the whole tournament so far?
Yes.
Wow, that's a choice from the players.
This is a choice from the players.
We'll see how it goes. I'm willing to say this matchup should be Bulgar favorite.
It should be, especially with the Mark and the Flash giving Volibear several ways to get into a fight with Xerath.
Yes. And before Pick can just get poked out of lane.
Just don't get hit, forehead.
Mm.
Easy.
Ooh.
Mark
Alright, I'm
missed
engaged.
by Volibear, but on such a short cooldown shouldn't mean that much, but some decent poke. Missed by Drac, and all in all, almost a win trade for Pick just based off of the mana it cost Drac.
Not much happened in that trade.
Not much at all.
Draki is eating the Bulgar E like it's nothing.
Eat it like a champ.
Look, man, it's made of electricity anyway, so it doesn't matter.
End of the day, it could be a lot more damaging. Picken using the Q to get over to the shrine to steal that, likely for the mana, but gets the E off onto Drac as a follow-up
That's
to
a
the
Q
trade.
though. I feel like that wasn't worth it for Pekin. A bit too much damage taken. A bit too much damage taken from Pekin for that.
Potentially, but if your goal is to just deny the mana, then he did do what he intended to do. I'm not. Again, I agree. I'm not sure that I'm here for it, but it is what happened.
He did, guys. We'll see how this goes. Drac is already through half of his mana. It won't be long before it's out if he keeps spamming out kills like that. You can also not take a lot of damage, surprisingly. Wait, did you really?
Expect this cow and the rejuvenation be the first buy for picking. I did not mention that. The mark hit
Okay,
goes
that
in,
is. Oh,
gets the E,
is he
gets off.
going?
The ult comes through. The flash comes out for Greenhorn and gets away. Not a fair bit worse for wear.
That is Flash and Buyer out from Drac. We can just retain his Flash. We could see a IQ Flash from him.
No mana out of the way, but with a lost chapter, hopefully can come up with a little bit more.
He will be getting a bit more, but he's gonna have to slow down his tempo. Oop. The Flash gets
Mark comes
enough.
through. Gumball. What is Pickin doing? Our top laner's just eating
He's eating. Oop.
turret shots. Drac does miss one of his ult shots though, but Pickin's just getting punished.
I don't know. Big and probably thought he had the damage to bring him down, but with the E coming out from Drac, it just stopped his whole assault. It looks like Drac's already in the chat saying painful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so about the new top laner I bought.
Ah, I like Pickin. Stop trying to replace my boy.
I'm not trying to replace him. I'm just trying to blame him. That's my job.
Pickin is very far behind on the CS, only at about 10. Drac at little over double that. Drac just keeps this poke show going on and takes hold of his mana issues. Could very definitely
He
take
does
this
have
away
a
and be
lot
the
of
first one
mana.
to not be our first blood and instead be a 100 CS. Because he is at almost 30 while Pickin is just now hit 10, missing the cannon.
I don't think it's gonna get to 100 CS. Just because Pekin is just way too aggressive to let it happen in the first place.
I also agree. I also think Drac is very much one to pick a fight whenever and at any time possible.
Yes. The match still going, chat. Don't worry about it. We're just having technical issues or something. I don't know.
Pickin just keeps getting poked, but Drac is losing a lot of mana off of this as Pickin runs up to the shrine,
Yeah.
the relic, just to make sure that he doesn't get it. The stun comes out for Xerath as the mark goes out for Volibear. This takes the mark 2 stun to Xerath. The ult comes out and
Ooh.
neutralizes the tower as Xerath flashes back to try and get away, and it works just enough, but the health
He was
very lopsided right now, and the mana just is lopsided. Even taking a relic, Pickin has himself a notable lead, and Pickin still has a relic of his own to go take.
It feels like it's really flying out this match. They're doing a very good job of just keeping the Volbear on. Just checked. Don't let him dive in. I don't know. It might be right. We might see it win this time around.
Very definitely a possibility, but we'll have to wait and see.
We might see.
Mark comes out, the stun onto the Xerath makes a lot of damage, and with the flash and the E still up,
There it
Pickin
is.
very quickly cleaning up Drac.
There it is. It finally
One of
came
the
out.
longer games of the match, but didn't do quite enough to prevent himself from getting dove, it would seem.
He should have saved his E until he got the tower. He probably stunned way too soon, so the Volbear just got a free dive. Frozen screen. People are comparing a private because of stream quietly, apparently.
This is truly terrible news.
Yes. It'll be
Really good point.
fine.
It's kind of surprising that we've seen no biscuits come out yet. Then again, having to take that that specific tree as either your primary or secondary is not exactly a
Not exactly what you want to do.
optimal choice for many people, but we'll have to see if it comes out here in the next couple games. Or perhaps it'll come out with the higher elo bracket that will follow directly after this one, which I believe is the silver gold bracket.
We might see it in the other bracket. We'll see when it comes to that. I don't think we will. It sounds very unoptimal.
It's certainly a possibility, though.
It is. My league just
Do we
got
have the stream back up and running, Private?
Yes,
Dope.
pretty strong.
I'm getting invited.
I'm trying to launch League. It's not happy. It's really not happy.
I'm about to launch it faster.
I'm just checking my PC is not overheating or anything. Should be fine. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do.
And with that, we're going to take a quick 60-minute ad break to get into this hobby.
60 seconds.
I thought it meant 60 seconds. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Don't worry about it, guys. It's not a 60-minute break. That would be
I
way too
didn't
much
say
for us.
60 minutes. That would be ridiculous.
Yes. Chat already flaming iPad for it.
It's
That's
okay.
one thing.
It flames me a lot. And that is a 60-second.
Yes, it is a 60-second ad break. Don't worry about it. It'll give you something to do while we wait for the executor delay.
So about seeing a new player, I think I'm just going to replace the jungler instead and move Picken to our jungler.
Oh god.
I think that's the play.
Oh god. We're gonna be left without a job now. I'm getting fired.
Yes.
Oh god. Oh god. Whew. Quick man. My PC's dying. Let it die in peace. There it is. New Halo. I don't know. I like how the new Halo looks. Looks promising. In concept, however, at least. We'll see. Is my internet dying? Is that what it is?
Hell to Pay and I Hate Name Picking coming up. Hell to Pay banned out the Urgot, the Pantheon, and the Tom Kench. Pickin bans out the Fiddlesticks, Darius, and Yorick. For the time being, we are watching the stream along with you guys. So
For the timing. So Nar versus I forgot the name of the champion. Jesus, how long have we been playing this game?
about a
God.
year.
I am having an absolute struggle right now.
Okay, I have this.
Tell me, Nar versus Wukong. There it is. Now that I've seen
That's the one. There you go.
All right, so I expect this matchup to go for Dinar, definitely. Nothing
The range,
against
of
Wukong.
course, could cause some very big issues for the Wukong, but if it gets to if Picken hits sticks first, he very definitely could make something out of this.
If he
Taking
manages
Talon's
to
Fist
get
and Rejuvenation
yeah.
banned first, but then deciding that that is not the way he wants to go about things, taking a Vampiric Scepter instead, as Wukong takes a Phage and are rounding out his with a dagger.
There we go. So we're seeing the same build from Hell to Pay once again, not Nar.
Taking the grasp into the Wukong along with ignite. This Picken takes electrocute and ignite.
I don't know. If Pickett manages to survive 2 level 6 without taking too much pop damage, he should be able to win the all-in. Granted, I don't think he's gonna get there without eating a bunch of boomerangs to the face.
Well, then again, he could just kind of stay back and concede farm and just kind of concede that win condition.
He could.
And instead, he jumps right in.
As we say
Decided
that.
that he wants to box.
He wants to fight. He wants to go in, and he's gonna run out of mana in 5 minutes. That's to happen. We'll see.
A little bit of trade. Already well below his mana threshold for Picken.
We're gonna need a lot of mana for trade. Oop, goes him again.
Very decent damage on Hell to Pay. Hell to Pay healing back a little bit of it, taking the grass, but Wukong also down a significant amount of health off of that. Not health, mana, my apologies.
He can probably just do that trade one more time before he completely runs out of mana.
But with Gnar sitting here with Mega Gnar, I'd almost just prefer to just kind of wait, make sure you're getting all of the XP, but decides to go in on Mega Gnar to try and secure his shrine. Does so. Trade ends up going fairly even, all things considered.
It was pretty even, but Nard is not losing mana. It's looking evil a lot.
Can't lose mana if you don't have it, but he is
Yeah.
losing health.
Yes. I feel like he's gonna heal soon enough. With that Scepter plus a dagger, it's not gonna take long before he's full health.
As well as Grasp, Pickens kind of put himself here where he has to either go all in again or just kind of accept that Nar's going to keep healing as he starts to take some serious damage, decides to go back in, gets the electrocute off, but the damage just coming out for Hell to Pay.
Yeah, that Gunnar has way too much stain to be taking. Picken cannot afford to take those burst rates anymore. Gunnar just has way too much stain. Plus Megan are healing him. He should be looking for lanes and not just poke traits.
Absolutely.
As we see a lot of damage coming onto the tower. Goes in, takes the stun.
Knockup comes through, the flash comes out, but the another flash out.
Can't get his reach. And there we go.
Going all the way and then casting ult and just running Hell to Pay down.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh my god.
Victory.
That is GG. A beautiful all-in from the side of Picken. Looked a bit great, but he pulled it back. Good old Preva just completely losing it on the chat over here. Jesus, man. I have to lower the volume. Oh, God. That's why you should cast. You're supposed to get excited when you cast. Jesus.
Well, I am spectating the I Hate Name Pickin versus Hell to Pay match. Pickin selecting Pickin selecting to ban Fiddlesticks, Yorick, and Lux, and Hell to Pay banning away the Urgot, the Pantheon, and the Wukong. And as we get in, Hell to Pay is again going back to the Nara as Pickin decides to take the Camille for a spin once again. I will stream it as soon as I get into the game because my computer is a piece of shit.
We're just waiting for the spectator, really. We'll be fine. Camille versus Gnar. I feel like it plays very similar to the Wukong match.
Very similarly, but I do think it provides a little bit more of sustained damage for the Camille, but not quite as much all-in damage.
Yes.
The Camille having her
Really?
shield as well as the slowdown, there's just a lot more ability to get away from bad fights and make a bad fight a good fight.
She should be able to win a lot more extended fights, but still, if
Still coming
Gnar
out.
manages to farm, yes, he managed to farm enough poke, he might be able to bring it up back. Oh man, well, my head. I'm gonna
I
die.
believe this is the Game for this is the second round game of Hell to Pay versus Pickin, but I might be mistaken.
I am pretty sure it is second game. I'm sure Private will confirm with us in a second.
I'm just as confused as we are. We are completely at the whims of Rodox to tell us what the hell's going on, and he never does.
Nice. All right. So I'm gonna assume it is second game, because otherwise we would see a lot more. I mean, we could just ask chat. Maybe they'll know.
The chat should know, but regardless, if this is the second round, this should be with the winner of this will go on to face Morgan for first place in this
Tournament.
the 1v1 tournament.
Road, while you are offering your help, is this game right now second game or first game? Or third game for this series? That's
Is
what
this
we're
the
asking.
second round of games, or are we still in the first round of games?
Yes. Oh, trying to. Da-da-da. Please survive, computer. Yes. Would you like to? No.
My
What happened?
Lions is bugging out.
Same. As per usual. Riot Games. Second round finals next. Are you loading in? We're trying to.
I am doing my damnedest. Please don't yell at me.
Riot Netcode doing
I'm
its
sensitive.
best. I'll get it up. See if it works. I don't know how this works, but it should work.
Nope. Got it just fine.
Got it. Oh, we have someone joining. That is Rodox. Hi, Rod.
Rodox is here to defend his
Okay,
good
we're
name.
loading
I've been
in.
talking too much shit.
I don't think he minds. I don't think he minds. All right. Where's the timeline? Hide button. Here we go. Once again, how to pay with the BAM Scepter and the Dagger start. Picking once again Phage and Bots. Nothing different from last game.
This game, however, Pagan is not going for Electrocute because Assassin Camille would not be the optimal pick.
Assassin coming is awesome. Nerve to Nar.
Not into a Gnar, not into a 1v1 Gnar.
Not the wrong with an R, please.
Has spawned.
We have a little bit of a breakdance competition going on.
Only one contestant.
I'm guessing I have to sync with Private. I don't think so because he's watching my stream.
He's watching your stream, so there is no syncing. You are it.
God damn it. What did I do this to myself? Alright, we see the game starting, just a bit farming from both sides.
They can play this one very much so pushed back. Well, this is a best of matches. Camille jumps at the Gnar.
And misses by just a hair. None of
When
them.
Gnar starts jumping, there's only so much you can do.
Yes. Ooh, lands the W. Goes for the trade. Now forced
Flash
to flash
comes out for
out
Gnar.
already. That was very quick. Camille re-engages with the E. The orange is going.
Already on the
Comes
room.
out from both sides.
Ignite coming through and the Flash coming through. Another quick win.
I'm not sure about that flash from Pekin. It looked a bit slow.
It was most likely just there to guarantee that he would be close enough for that last hit.
It probably was.
And wait,
Apparently the stream it's a bit choppy, and that wouldn't surprise me. It most likely is.
It was choppy for me as well, so don't worry.
That was probably my PC dying. Don't worry about it, guys. Oh.
That does mean though that for best 2 out of 3, which I believe that was, Picken is victorious and is going to be playing Morgan in the finals.
All right. So we could see the most improved player from the tournament season be the best player in the 1v1s.
In
We
the
might see it.
silver bronze. It is possible. It is possible.
Yes. In their division at the very least. We should
I'm
have
very
one
curious.
last game between both first places, just for fun.
We'll have to see.
We'll see.
Morgan Freeman electing to who just left?
We'll see. We'll see.
Morgan Freeman electing to ban out Urgot, Cho'gath, and Riven from Picken, and Picken banning out Talon, Galio, and Diana.
Whew.
Do we have anybody spectating the current game? Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
we have private. So we'll have quality this time around.
Say again? All right.
I just lost now, so we can see the picks. Actually, I could see the picks, right?
I can see the what? I can see the stream. That's when we will watch the streams in the Discord so we don't have to watch.
I'm starting to think I'm delayed on the stream. Give me a second.
Yes, you have a very hard job.
Yes.
We're very sorry, Private Eye.
No,
Thank you
his
so much for
computer
your
has a very
sacrifice.
hard job. He's doing nothing. It should be fine. Should be fine. Oh, is that gonna be Lucian
Picks are
versus?
in the Lucian for Morgan and the Tom Kench for Pick, and the second arrival of an ADC. And again, also a mid laner and a top laner if you are a weird individual who likes that kind of stuff.
Look, man, you can't tell Lucian where to go.
Accurate statement.
There it is. Now Tom Kench did get buffed this patch, if I'm not mistaken. At the very least, he got buffed in ARAM.
Which
I
I
don't know
believe
that.
that is what this is.
I don't know if it applies to custom games. That's why I'm kind of confused.
Who's to say?
We'll see. It's actually a very good question. I never thought about it before. Oh well, we'll know eventually. But yeah, potentially we would see some buff to Tom Kench's damage, I believe, was a change. I don't know, man. It is a signature pick, so it might be pick and favorite for once.
It could potentially be, but we will have to get into game to wait and see.
Yes. Oh man, there's so much less to talk about when you have only 2 champions instead of 5. Feels
There's only
empty.
so much that's going on.
Yes. It's hard to have when you can only talk about 2 champions at the matchup. Once again, we have a melee versus range matchup. So pretty much the same we saw last 2 games. Jesus. I don't know, man. Make your bet, chat. Who do you think is gonna win this one? I feel like chat has officially abandoned me.
Chat only speaks up to harass me.
They do. They pretty much only do. All right, we're starting to see some boats in. We only have 1 boat so far for Morgan, so by default he wins now, I guess.
I'm going to vote for my boy Picken because he's an Anja, and that makes him one of the best players.
Yes.
Yes.
Agreed. Agreed.
This is a very interesting spam. Unroll the tadpole, unclog the frog, unload the toad, unhibit the ribbit, unstick the lick, unimprison the amphibian, unmute the newt, unbench the kench, permit the kermit, defrog the pollywog.
Whew. That's a very interesting spam.
Very well.
All right, so I'm gonna take the spam as a vote for picking. That's how we're gonna interpret that one.
I'm not sure there's another way to interpret. Damn it.
Close enough.
I'm having my strokes. Okay, it's fine.
I'll be fine. Just the usual stuff.
Loading in, we see Picken has taken his typical Hail of Blades and is elected for Mark as a secondary summoner spell. Morgan takes the Press the Attack as well as Ignite.
Yes.
Both people running Flash, as they should be.
As they should. It would be really weird if they didn't take the Flash. We haven't seen Flash do that much so far, though. It hasn't been like any big flashy plays so far. Just a lot of solid plays. Yes.
You disappoint me every day, Private.
I was not intending the pun, but yes, Private.
I'm also disappointed in you, Gumball.
I didn't intend the pun. Come on.
I'm also disappointed in myself for finding that hilarious.
It is funny, but it shouldn't be funny. It just is.
We will see what the first buys are. The first and only buys, I suppose. I guess it's not a
Yes.
first buy if it's the only thing you're purchasing.
Now, I don't believe we saw any Poros getting fed last game, so I want to see the Poros get fed this game.
We'll have to see.
Ooh, we see a Shin coming out from Morgan. Definitely going to be looking for a very aggressive playstyle.
The Catalyst and Boots coming out for Kench with a dagger finishing off Morgan.
Regan seems to like his defensive stats on these matches. Playing the tongue.
Truly a beautiful view.
Yes.
Pickens has already fed the Poro. I
Alright.
must, unless Morgan does something here soon, I must give Picken the win by default.
Yes, Regan wins by default. He's number one on the server, guys. There's no way to put it.
He has fed the Poro.
Now, where are the little legends? Aren't you supposed to like get them in Aram?
Well, I don't know. I believe they're not available in custom. And then again, Riot is removing them here pretty quick. Picken is in the chat saying Yas Poro.
Alright.
Very well, Picken. Very well. Let it be known that you do indeed go for the Poro. I do believe that means that during our spectator delay,
The game ended.
two people came through and won.
We'll see what happens in a minute. It's a very interesting matchup because the Kench definitely doesn't like damage. There it is. There's the damage.
There's some very notable damage coming through.
There's some
The flash going through, and thankfully,
This is the
Morgan
snow.
Hog through.
There it is.
Just enough damage coming through for Picken. Not even close to losing out. Morgan just not prepared for the unbenched Kench.
Yes. We can just demonstrating the mastery of the champion, knowing his damage, knowing he can just go for the all-in, and it works out. Jesus, man. We can just gonna get your Kench banned in screams. So
This is acceptable.
yes, it is acceptable.
Maybe they'll let you play Rek'Sai every now and again.
Yes, we can get the queen back.
Yas, Queen.
Yes.
The first ban for Morgan for this next 1v1, the ban for Tom Kench comes out immediately. Wants nothing to do with that. Never wants to see it again. Just done with it. Picking
Can't even
3
blame
bans
him.
are a Fiddlesticks, a Galio, and a Diana. Not sure I agree that the Fiddlesticks is more worrisome than the Talon, but to each their own.
I do agree. That healing on Fiddlesticks is still very, very ridiculous, even
It
after the
is
nerf.
very ridiculous, but we have seen Morgan do very well on the Talon. Morgan finishing out his bans with a Riven and an Urgot ban.
Whew. Riven and Urget. I agree with the Urget. I don't see the Riven. I haven't seen Pick and Play that in a while.
Thank you, Private Eye.
Riven.
The Riven ban, yes.
Yes. It's only ban.
Morgan banned it. I have
Morgan.
not seen Pick and Play it.
Yes. She did
And
drop
seeing as
last week.
on our team, it's a bit interesting. But clearly Morgan knows something we don't.
Yes. He definitely knows something we don't. We might see a Camille coming out again.
Very definitely could. Wukong also still open.
Yes. We see the Gnar once again.
Covered
For
thus far.
yes, Morgan hovering the
I'll
Gnar.
have to see if Morgan locks it in.
What is Gnar's presence so far? Like 80%?
Well, Picken has beat it twice. That's how he got here through Hell to Pay.
Yes.
But the Gnar was the one to essentially eliminate Fat Shotgunner from the initial rounds, though he did concede the later games. The Gnar versus a not Vel'Koz, Vigar went very poorly for the Vigar.
It did go very poorly. Ooh, we see a Zoe hover for Picken.
Mm,
That's interesting. Okay.
things are happening.
Things are happening. The Gnar locks in.
I want to see what Picken's doing. This is
If he, I don't know. I don't think he will. There's no way. Oh, he
and
did.
just like that, Morgan locks in the Gnar and Picken locks in the Zoe.
Can Picken play Zoe?
You know?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him play Riven.
Yep.
I haven't heard him talk about Zoe.
Fair. I mean, there's only one thing you can say about Zoe, and it's something you can't say on stream, so don't worry about it. If I say something again, don't be any that. Jesus Christ.
What do you want me to say after we?
Anything, just make it. Don't be that
For
bad.
anyone
Jesus.
curious, I would like to direct everyone's attention to the chat,
Mm.
where I believe Private has made his stance on Zoe known.
Yes. I mean, you say smarter than she looks. She's like 1,000 years old, so
She is 1,000 years old.
I would expect her to be at least decently smart. I also have to disagree. The best leap in the game right now is Lilia, and I don't care what anyone says. Lilia old beats Zoe Bubble any time of the day. Jesus, man.
She sings about chocolate cake. Capital LOL.
So I'm guessing Private plays a lot of Zoe.
Ooh, Shard out here talking some mad shit.
Oh man, you don't. Just you wait till the next stream
Shard
is done.
wants
You'll
this
see.
smoke.
You'll see how it goes, man. You'll see. I'll mediate those words.
You win the game before she scales, it's just GG. Well,
Dude,
you heard it here first, boys. Any stacking champion, automatically garbage. Vigar, get it out of here. Nasus, get it out of here. Anything that scales, also get it out of here.
Here's the thing.
It's
Here's the
not
thing,
a-
Shot. Here's the thing, Shot. You haven't played against me. You haven't played against my Lilia. So I'll make you do those words someday. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You've made him defensive. He just got here. It's all in the early game.
It's all in the early game.
Very well, Shard.
I only have one thing to say about that. Silver junglers, man. Silver junglers. They're so young and naive.
Oh, fucking got him.
She just came out. Yeah, and I have played nothing but Lydia for the past 3 days, so I know my stuff, man. Don't worry about
Gumball may or may not be a little bit obsessed.
it. I might be, or might not. We'll see.
So we're setting up another 1v1 again. Apparently.
Ooh. 1v1 in the jungle. Has to be a jungle. I'll take it. I don't know how that works, but I'll take it.
And now we sit here and wait as my client bugs out again.
And we have Jay.
Hello, I am back. I know you missed me.
We always missed you. Can
Yes,
somebody else jump in and spectate because my client is bugging the fuck out.
But it's streaming it right now, so.
I won my
Beautiful.
1v1, by the way.
You did
What?
what?
Picking.
Speaking with the Zoe, we see Electrocute Zoe with Flash Ignite against Anar with PTA this time around. I don't know, PTA against a Zoe. Maybe he's not gonna look for so much sustain this time around.
Did he take Resolve secondary?
I cannot see.
I believe so, but I do not know.
I would hope so, into a Zoe.
And look at this. Pickin is making us proud. Taking the lost chapter.
Alright, my...
Somewhere private stay was made.
Vampiric Scepter and a dagger, interesting.
Same thing. Nar has been taken by everybody in this tournament so far. Everybody who's taken Nar takes exactly that.
Yes. Hmm.
Pretty smart with an AP mage, I think.
It's gonna be a pretty interesting.
Minions
Just
have
poke
spawned.
1v1 for the first 5 minutes or so. We'll see Pickens' mana management come in at full play for once.
He doesn't get to buy his mana moves, so he's gonna have to do something.
Yes. For once, I would agree. Maybe the tier wouldn't be that bad of an idea. I don't know. In lore, Rengar and Nar fought, really.
Interesting.
That's pretty interesting. That sounds like an interesting one we should have. Ooh, Nar misses. Ooh,
Interesting trouble bubble.
yes. We'll say that. We'll say interesting. Misses the first blow.
Missed the second.
one.
Missed both W passes there.
Jesus. You hate to see that. That's
You
painful.
do. Ooh, bubble comes out, but without the terrain, still too far away for it to do anything but make that drowsy minion.
Now, neither player has taken any damage so far. Ooh,
As you say,
never
Bubble
mind.
take some damage.
Yes.
Spoke too soon, Gumball.
With the 1,000 IQ plays.
Yes. As long as they say that, they will keep doing trades.
Jay just got back monkey.
This. Yeah, he just got here for this match. He's really popping the heal. I don't know. Mid area, I would say. I'm pretty sure that really scales off of missing health and mana. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Which one?
The healing thing in Holland Abyss.
I believe it does, but at the end of the day, if you're just trying to deny, then
Yes. Because I'm pretty sure Jay's not looking at the chat. Monkey says hi. Ooh. They can get him fancy with that ult, but nothing comes out of it. Of all the matchups you could have gotten for the deciding fight of the tournament, we have two ranked champions just poking at each other.
throwing mad hands, as they say.
I've never heard anybody say that.
It's okay.
Oh, the
I-
bubble land.
But the paddle star doesn't.
bit slow on that one. Or did not jump away? I didn't actually
Nar
see
did
that.
jump away.
Yes, he
The
did.
Mega Nar popped up
Got it.
just as your
Oh, she gets an element.
bubble hit him.
A smite.
It looks like a blue smite, yeah. That could
Very interesting. The slight bit of damage on request as well as the slowdown could be helpful.
it could be a very good tool. I'm guessing he's gonna use it potentially too. Nope. He's just going for the trade.
Just gonna use it to slow and then get the bubble.
Yes.
Oh,
Misses another bubble. Gets the cannon though. Goes in, gets a ghost. You know, 200 years. The usual.
Absolutely.
There was a time
Mega Nar coming in.
we see the Mega Nar, and that's about it. I wasn't even paying attention.
everyone so far.
Pretty calm. Oddly enough, the Nar is winning on CS. Ooh. Zoe pops a ghost, goes in into like 4 minions.
Runs around the minions.
A lot of minions. What are you doing? Pick and
Wicked runs around the minions, taking aggro just to run around and hit the trouble bubble to then paddle star the minion in front of Nar.
Not a good play.
That was a play.
Not a good look. For our next match between I Hate Name Pickin and Morgan, the Pickin bands were Galio, Diana, and Talon, while Morgan banned away the Tom Kent, the Urgot, and the Ribbon again.
Again.
That was
Mother League
a
side.
little painful to watch. If I'm being completely honest.
Just a little.
Mayhaps.
I don't know, man.
Mayhaps.
That was a decision.
I'm not
He did
sure.
not do well on ARAM on the ARAM map. So
I feel like he should have been he should have been fine, but he decided to tank 3 casters, MLA, and cannon minion.
to shoot your bubble through.
Yes.
When
I don't
you
know,
have
man.
no hit range to hit anybody.
Yes. He should have been
I'm
hard
not
shoving.
picking.
Makes it hard for Zoe to kite.
Oh my god. That was a choice. Decisions were made, they didn't work out. We still have one more game then in the series. He's just doing it for for the hype.
Who's the toxic caster? Me?
Yes.
Hey, I wasn't asking you, Gumball.
I mean, I'm just
Basic NA player
answering.
1, the toxic caster.
No. I'm reading chat, and chat says you're the toxic one. I'm sorry, Jay. I just relay what chat says.
So my thing is drink every time Jay is toxic. I understand.
I don't know, man. I feel like that we would die really quickly with that.
No, we would die faster with your guys's too. Was it every time iPod says absolutely?
Yes.
What
Every
shit
time
are we
iPod says
talking?
absolutely. What the drinking game?
Remember the caster drinking game,
Ah,
iPod?
yes.
Yes. Drink every time iPod said absolutely.
That's a terrible idea.
Yes, it is a terrible idea, and we do encourage you to do it.
We don't encourage you to play that
actually.
game. Don't let no.
Don't actually listen to me. Don't do that. Rule number 1: never listen to Gumball.
We are not responsible for any medical problems you may have.
Like a small
Later.
just scroll under the screen right now. A disclaimer.
Selection for Morgan Freeman is the Nar, and Pickin goes back to the Wukong for the matchup as well.
He already won that matchup once, so we could see him
iPod
win
says
the tournament right
absolutely.
here and now.
Picken has a missed call during a team fight, and Gumball flames
Alright,
slash roast
Tiffany.
the jungler.
I'm confused. Why are we arguing about what we do in teams you don't even play anymore?
Wow.
I'm just saying, like,
I'm not arguing. No, because we had a conversation of what my thing would be
Ah,
for casters, not Anja, just for casters in general.
I am deaf. My apologies.
I know.
Everyone knows.
We all know. I thought it's okay. We still love you.
I just said that.
Yeah, and then I said, and then I added to it. Okay, God, Jesus Christ, I'm not the toxic one.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
Me toxic? Never,
Not even once.
never in my life. All right, the Nar and the Wukong.
Flash Ignite for both sides. Wukong taking his Electrocute and Nar taking Press the attack.
Oh, this is this finals?
Yes.
I see. Okay,
I do not remember if it is a best of 5 or a best of 3.
I would assume best of 3.
If it's best of 3, this is the deciding match.
Interesting that Picken didn't ban the Nar.
Well, with the other bands getting out of the way, you can't let Morgan have any of his main mid lane picks.
I see.
Picken did win the last 2 matches against Nar. I mean, the aside from the last one,
If you
he's won
ignore
against.
the time where he picked Zoe,
Yes, so we ignore the Zoe game. We'll say the small again.
Welcome to the howling abyss.
Alright, here we go. Picken just gonna sit on the bush, wait for his chance. We'll see if not give it to him.
Minions
Once again, with the electrocute Wukong, we're once gonna bring it up again.
first buy a Phage for both
Age
sides.
for both.
Ooh, first time we don't see the Bam Scepter. We'll see if the Wukong's patience pays off here. And it looks like it
Doesn't hold
might.
daily damage,
Look at that damage.
taking him very
That is,
quickly down to half health, and without the Vamp Sector to build back up on health, that's going to cost him
we have
likely at
Bam
least
Scepter.
2 of his pots.
Without Bam Scepter, nor does he have Grasp. He might have what's it called, Bloodlines though. You could see that.
Potentially.
I think he's only gonna pop one potion from the looks of it. Gonna save the other 2 for
He
later.
does not have Bloodlines. He has Overgrowth and Demolish. So Wukong goes in for another trade as they get on the Relic, procs his Electrocute, and then takes his victory and walks away. And goes back to top his shrine just to keep himself topped off.
Yeah, some very heavy trading going on. Without the lifesteal, Nard's gonna suffer from those trades more and more as time goes on.
We do have Mechanar coming up soon, though.
How much is gonna heal? For about 50, 80 health? Ish.
Looks like he's holding off on that Mechanar.
It might be a good idea, so he can actually plug it under tower. See if he can bait Picken into tanking it.
He is level 6 now, so he could ult Picken under tower if he does let the wave push.
Yes. Picken with ult now. I'm gonna just use it, Jet.
And we're gonna have the Mechanar coming out. Just a second, yep.
There it is. Picken just sitting in the bush, waiting for more chances to get those very nice quick trades. Probably gonna wait it. Nope. He ults.
There's the ult.
You see an ignite coming out, flash from both sides, and it goes to the Nar.
Turret shot.
A very, very aggressive play from Picken, thinking he had the damage to kill him under the tower. He should have waited for the Meganar to run out, but because it doesn't, he gets stunned. I didn't look at it. I haven't struck. Jesus. I didn't catch it if he got stunned or ulted on the tower. I didn't even heal
He got
CC
ulted on
on
the
the
tower.
tower. There it is. Jay saving me from not paying attention. I have bad memory. And Rodat joins the chat.
All
Rod.
right. So just so we know, the first round of the gold 1v1 tournament has now completed. Jay beat Bold, Monkey beat Percy, and Havoc conceded out, so Exile got an automatic win. Currently, you guys will be switching. Private Eye is now watching the Exile versus Monkey game. And Jay, you have to go up to General 2 for your game against Percy.
Okay.
Gumball and Pickin will be shoutcasting as I have to step out.
No,
Hi, Rod. Don't
I
leave
got
us.
to screw myself over there. I'm so
By the
sad.
way, we have to announce the winner, Road, if you may. Make
Announce
the
the
official
winner.
announcement. Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Morgan Freeman is your bronze to silver 4 1v1 tournament winner.
Big to disappoint me.
Congratulations, Morgan.
Big
I
plays,
just wanted
big
to
plays.
know.
All right, moving on to the Gold League.
All right, we don't even have time to celebrate. I would like to have an interview with the winner, but I guess we don't get to do that.
Shame. You can talk to me instead, Gumball. And
Dude,
I will
I'm
tell
dis-
you the extra winning the tournament because I got
dude,
back up
dude,
over
dude,
last night.
dude. No flame. I mean, you know it's flame, but
Fine.
that last fight, if you had waited just a second for Mega Knock to run out, you would have won.
I was actually talking to Morgan about this, and his timer did run out, but I didn't know that when Meganar gets attacked, it increases his timer. So I went in at the time, but because I did damage, it extended the timer.
Yeah, you're supposed to wait for the transformation and then you go in.
I wanted to attack him mid animation to get more time, but apparently that just makes the animation not happen until afterwards. So he can just walk me under tower and make me cry. So sad. No, he played it really well though.
Yeah, you both played really well. Today, I'm really happy with today's games. Every single player has shown some very, very clean technical play. We haven't seen like any, just people throwing themselves at each
I don't
other.
know,
Like
my
we
game
see
was pretty
actual
bad.
laning.
I'm not sure if you were there for that game, but I flopped it pretty good.
I mean, we've seen flops, but even then, we haven't seen like any like YOLO plays or any like just randomness. It's been a very just straight tournament so far.
Yeah. All right, I'm plugging in my headphones and stuff, so I'll be right back.
Hey, Road.
Gumball, can you add me really quick so that you can be streaming the next game like iPod was doing?
Sure.
Thank you.
Wait, what? Like add you in what sense?
Doop boop test
On
test.
Just
League.
send you a message.
On
Oh,
League.
on League.
Same
I-
as my Discord.
All right, add. I thought you said add, so I just sent you a message on Discord.
All right, so are we? When are we casting? Are we casting the one on the stream right now, or what?
We are casting the one on the stream right now.
Oh, so we're just casting
Because
from the stream.
I'm guessing so. Private.
Welcome to the howling abyss.
Private.
There it is. All right, we can see the game now. Can we see items real quick, if you don't mind, Private? Thank you. We have a Yasuo versus Sion matchup. Yasuo with. Sorry. Yasuo with the hammer, which I don't remember what that does, and dagger. Sion with
Can
a
you
lost.
one of the two.
Oh,
Wait,
we can't separate cast stuff.
yes.
We're already in the Domo versus Exile, and currently they're just walking back and forth. Up Scion with the W, the slow. Yasuo win walls, but that doesn't affect Scion Q. So
Think-
bad boy hours.
All right.
Okay, so pick and lead this queue then.
I don't know what's going on. Stuff's
Leave the queue.
happening.
Gumball, stay here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're figuring out some technical stuff.
We're just setting up the next games. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
What? On the
It's just so you
meantime,
don't have to wait the 3 minutes every time. Pick and leave the queue.
Yay.
Side start game.
Oh, wait, there it goes. It told me I left the queue, but Spaghetti told
Perfect.
me right back in.
ooh, the Allen goes out ignite. flash. Sion forced to flash out after igniting the Yasuo for some reason.
Yasuo might have just saved the Scion with that heal there. I'm not sure if the ignite would have killed him or not. It was
The
close.
Ignite would have not killed him because Sion did proc his W shield.
Alrighty, never mind then.
However, we now
Yes.
see Yasuo has flash. Sion doesn't.
Scion is also doing Scion things and just gaining back all his HP.
Yes. Pumpkin, you're the top lane guy.
Yeah.
What is Sion's AP scaling?
AP scaling?
He hasn't lost chapter.
I
Let
think
me
that's
know,
more
man.
for mana purposes, so he can use abilities more. I
Got
can look
it.
it up real quick. I don't play Scion because I don't think he's fun to play, and I don't like part of the kit being I have to die so I can kill people. I feel like that's a silly kit because then you're giving over free gold to the other team. But
Right.
I'm looking
I
it up
just pulled.
right now.
Thank you, Pumpkin. I just pulled the Pumpkin and definitely saw that Sion did not use Ignite.
Oh, but there's the
He used
Yasuo
Barrier.
ult. So
And
the
the game is
now
over.
until the Scion passive is over.
No,
Okay,
he's
the Scion
dead.
passive is- Alright, cool.
First blood is done. It's done. The first game goes to the Yasuo, followed by Exile.
Scion C and W have AP scaling, but his Q and his R are all AD.
Got it. As
I
we
think that
go,
was mostly just for the mana regen.
it could have been. I don't think that was a good buy. He should have gone for some armor maybe against the Yasuo. I don't
I
know.
would have just gone for AD. I say you try to out damage the Yasuo.
Potentially, yeah. He does have
You have
enough
a
gold
slow
for
and
a
a
rally
knock.
item.
Like he can't. It's good for shutting him down from like mobility stuff.
Yes.
If you can slow him and then Q him.
Yes. That is one way to deal with him.
Oh yeah.
Morgan says lethality. Yes. I agree with that. I like lethality, Sion.
Yeah.
For next game, okay. A lot of stuff's happening at once.
Oh no. But the real question is, Gumball, why are you not in this tournament?
Because of time constraints, I was told the tournament would start at 4, at which time I couldn't be here to
Ah,
guest or to play. I noticing now because the second bracket is later, I could have played on the second half, but that's fine. I'll just stay here. I enjoy.
yep. We
You
had
know,
3
just the
people in
casting with you.
Anja in the first one, and then none in the second. Spicy.
Yes.
Excellent.
All right. I can just wait for a second for
Yeah.
this.
Until we
Prebet,
get told what's going on next.
Prebet, since you are we gonna use my cam for this game? I'm supposing. Just so I know not quit and let it load. Okay. All right. Got it. It's gonna be. I'm guessing it's gonna be a bit choppy because my internet's been dying lately. Let's hope it's not. Otherwise, chat's gonna flame me again.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yes. They get mad at you when you get choppy streams.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's fair. But yeah, no, I feel that for this you have to pick either a mobile mid laner or a top laner.
Yeah,
If you
pretty
pick an
much.
ADC and they pick an assassin of any type, you're screwed. If you pick something like Maokai that has, just farming ability, you're not going to be able to really do anything. So we're seeing a lot of
There's a
these
bunch of cancers.
assassins or top laners that bruiser types.
Speaking of assassins and mobility, we have on the next game coming up Jay against Percy. We have Diana against Ari. Interesting matchup.
Ayo.
I'm going to say Ari favored, if anything.
Yeah. Shoo-ba-doo-da-bop-bop-bop. There, watch the stream. Excellent.
There it is. Now you can see.
Yeah. I actually don't know. I would say Diana favored. I feel Diana.
Me, I don't know about you, but Ari ult against Diana ult, I'm willing to bet on the Ari, and I just got kicked from the lobby. Thank you,
It,
Riot.
I
Do
would,
I have?
but at the same time, though, I feel Diana outputs more damage than Ari, especially with her Q and then her E follow up.
Mm,
If she dives in after Ari misses her charm, then it's just a bunch of free damage because Ari can't really do anything. She can press a W, but that's not her main damage ability.
yes. Da, 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 da.
Bow, bow, bow.
Looks like we. Alright. Let me see if I can find. Where is Jay? There it is.
Wait, I can do this, so I can have two screens open at once. Booyah!
Yay.
You didn't even
Kick.
hit the spectate button.
Yes, I did.
He definitely was
Oh,
labeled as
that's a glitch.
spectating.
That's a glitch. Just go on to monkeys. Private Eye, I
Uh,
think, is in monkeys.
we
Yeah,
just
just
move
go
on to monkeys. Alright, so we don't get to see Jay versus Percy because Riot Games. So going straight into Percy versus, I mean, Monkey versus Bold. Yay, Riot Games.
Hey,
How do you mess it up? Did you guys see, by the way, the new bug?
new bug? Tell me more about
Yes.
this new bug.
If Nunu buffers any form of, I think, taunts and fears, if he buffers that with his W, he goes through walls. He loses all collision.
No.
Because reasons.
Nunu's always had issues. Like for like a year, he had that thing where he would just show up on the map.
I think to this day we still have invisible Nunu bug
Yeah.
coming. Like Riot has to rework Nunu eventually. That
Yeah,
change
no,
will
and
be
Riot,
working with
like,
this.
they haven't fixed it for over like because they know about it. It's just they don't know what's causing it because it's a 10-year-old game and the coding is just wonk and they don't know what's causing it and they just can't figure out how to fix it. So if you're always complaining about these bugs aren't getting fixed, it's not that Riot doesn't know about them. It's probably because they've given up trying to fix them or they can't figure it out. Probably given up because Riot, is Riot.
They probably can't figure them out. I mean, with a 10-year-old code, it should be a nightmare to try and understand anything of it.
Yeah.
I would give up as well, to be honest.
Ayo. That's how we get League 2.0, just like Overwatch.
Yes.
Cash in and then cash in
They
again.
should make they should be looking to rework the whole League of Legends engine because I feel like it has way too many issues at this point.
I would
they're just
say
patching
only
it.
if you get to transfer all of your data because I'm just speaking for myself here, but I'd be very upset if the money I put in and the way too many hours would
No, I don't mean like make a new league. Just make a new engine for the game and transfer everything to there.
Gotcha.
Because it's a 10-year-old game, and all they're doing is just patching, and patching.
And this one we have an Ari versus a Cho'gath.
Yes. Eri going for electrocute and ignite the Cho'gath with what looks like
Comet.
Comet, and I'm trying to remember what the summoner is called. Oh god.
It's the one that restores half your mana, correct?
Yes.
Yes, that is a very good one on Cho'gath because I suspect he's just going to poke with Q and then flash art when he gets her low enough. That's what I would do.
I'm trying to remember what it's called. Private. Can you tell me what it's called?
I got you.
The Cho'gath that restores mana. I forget what it's called.
It's not in here. That's sad. Well, I went under spells on the League client, but alas, they only have the ones used in Summoner Rift, so I guess... Oh, wait, there it is. There it is.
Thank you, Monkey. Alright, so, Monkey with a Hextech Gunblade, a Hextech Revolver.
Yeah.
And the Rejuvenation Bead, and with a Lost Chapter. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of Lost Chapters as we go into the higher elos.
Lost Chapter is just nice for the mana regen, especially if you're Cho'gath and just trying to catch people with Qs on a pretty mobile champion.
That is Ari Cho'gath has a revolver. Ari has
that's fair. I was thinking about the spell. That is my bad. But Ari will be spamming a lot of abilities too with her Q to try to poke out. Oh, there's the charm, but it misses.
That's 2 charms missed so far.
Yeah. To be fair, charm is a harder ability to hit.
It is, but it is the most important ability to hit on that champion.
No, Cho'gath. If he had just put his Rupture on the health pad, which he knew she was going for, he would have gotten the health first and or knocked her up.
We can look at private stream, not at the Twitch stream.
No.
But you don't have it away.
The stream went away, so I was just watching the stream while it keeps up, and I am back on top of this.
There it is. Alright, so now you have actual in-time commentary coming from freaking.
Basically, Cho'gath needs to land his Qs better. Imagine skill shot champion needs landed skill shots.
As it should be.
Up there's the skill shot
There's
landed.
a
There's
Q.
the
There's a
silent. He
W.
misses the piece, and there it is.
And there it goes.
Oh yeah, it is.
Sorry, I'm very
Yeah.
disappointed.
Yeah. If you're a school champion and you eat a rupture like that, you're dead. There's just no way to get out of that.
Should
You
have
get
played
dropped.
that exactly how he needed to.
Yeah, he played it perfectly, landed the rupture, into a silence, into a slow, and then what do you do? Just what did you do?
Yeah.
I have ult as well, so she just chose not to dodge.
She was
the rupture.
silenced. So when Cho'gath popped her
No,
up, he
no.
immediately silenced, so she couldn't use her to get away. And then
I mean, he could have used it to get away from the queue in the first place.
yeah, that definitely is what they should have done.
Yes.
Gentlemen, convener has another announcement.
I wrote.
First Gold playoff schedule has been posted to General. Obviously, Havoc was a no-show, and Percy has conceded from the tournament after, I quote, playing two bullshit champions, both Xerath and Ari. Such is the conclusion
He
that
played
now we
Diana, who's
have
scaling
Jay
champion.
in first, who will be playing Monkey. That's our next game, which will
Oh
happen
lord.
in 5 minutes.
So
Is that the last game?
So that's the last game.
No, these last ones are best of ones, and then the final will be a best of 5.
Okay.
Best
So-
of 5?
Sorry, best of 3.
Alright, cool. I was about to say, hold on.
All right, so Jay, can you please go up to General 3?
Yeah.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. So apparently we had a concede because Xerath and Ari are BS champions.
Wait,
Taken?
were they playing Xerath and Ari, or did they face them and lose?
They faced them.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I'm surprised that Xerath won. Xerath is a very immobile champion. You get one engage on him, you're fine.
yes.
I do say that after struggling against the Xerath for 7 minutes because I picked Volley Bear, but I got him in.
I mean, that's what happens. That's how a matchup should go with a range against a melee. You just
Yeah.
poke them out until they engage on you and you die. That's how
Yeah.
it's played, but we have a concede and no show so far. All right, so this is going to be a very short
yeah.
division.
Hey,
Yeah,
that means more time to play League after, am I right?
I agree with you. I have to still have to perfection my Lilia and get those teams.
Oh yeah. I have to apparently play Wukong more because he's pretty good.
He's pretty good. I feel like he needs a buff to his. He needs enough to his Q and a buff to his ult.
They nerfed his ult. I think his ult's fine where it's at.
I don't know, man.
Shock
It
up,
doesn't do
especially-
damage.
Well, it's not for the damage. It's for team fighting stuff, especially when you get your clone and you in 2 different spots. It's a very easy 5-man knockup.
It is a very easy 5-man knockup, but it does feel kind of bad when you're like, oh, I can kill this guy, and then your ult does like 50 damage because reasons.
Yeah, well, that's why you follow it up with your busted Q and watch them cry.
Yeah, that's why I feel like they should redistribute his damage a bit more to the ult, a little bit to the less to the Q, because they have his ult only works in team fights, but his Q is for split pushing, so it's kind of conflicting.
Yeah.
If they give more damage to the ult and less to the Q, he would be more of a team fighter oriented champion, and that would be a bit better.
I feel like that's what he's supposed to be, a team fight champion.
I feel as well. He has a really good split push. Put him in then.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're gonna have a 60-second, not minutes. Thank you very much. Intermission for a very quick ad. Hope you guys enjoy. I'm hoping the ad
We have to
plays
stop
before.
talking?
I have to stop talking.
Do we? All right.
No,
cool.
we don't have to stop talking. Okay.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, the issue with Wukong is his R is and his E is a team fight ability, but his Q and his W are an assassin ability. So it's a very mixed build, and I'm not sure what they want from him, but they just
Look, I'm all up from versatility from champions, but when you have a champion that has two very conflicting positions, it feels like you're definitely putting him under the bus.
Oh yeah.
He's a very strong champion. Don't get me wrong.
He's very strong.
Definitely
It's
doing
just
well.
it's hard to categorize and balance champions that you don't want to make them feel awful, but buffing one part of their kit might make their other part of their kit just disgusting.
Yes.
So you're saying is I think if you did that, he won't have the assassin type ability anymore, but I think his team fighting would be disgusting because then you have a 5-man knockup that also does massive damage. I feel like that's just too much for the team fight.
Yes. He would do a lot more in team fights, and his split push would still remain strong. Like, he would still be his 1v1 and split push would remain an option. They just wouldn't be as broken as they are right now. Because have you seen a Wukong split push?
It's fun.
Jeez,
As a Wukong person, it's real nice because if you get your clone under tower, your clone mimics your abilities, so you can use your busted Q on you and your clone, which has armor shred. And
Yes.
then if you use your E and have your auto attack speed up enough, you can do that a second time before your clone goes away. So you can get 4 armor shred attacks on the tower that do massive damage. It is fantastic. Would recommend 10 out of 10.
Yes, it is a lot of tower pushing. If on top of that you are like me and build a Sheen, it's on another level. 1v1 to start the product. Okay.
Yes?
What's going on, Private? We just hear Private screaming two, and it's kind of worrying.
Oh yeah.
We'll see what happens. There it is. Don't worry about it, Private. Dude, I sometimes wish this stream could hear him.
Oh yeah.
Like just random, like it's like the most hilarious thing.
Oh, that's great.
I should have him in the background of my streams.
Mm,
Just for the sake of the clips.
yeah. Thanks to
We'll
the. Are we live right now or no?
We are
We
live
are?
still.
Cool. All
We're
right.
waiting
Well, you said
for
there's
the
a
pick and ban.
60-second ad, so I was
Yes, that
confused.
was me.
I still see ads, I'm pretty sure, or I should, but
I haven't gotten an ad in a while in this stream, which is kind of sad. I want us to get ads.
yeah. Oh well. But yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks to the 14 of y'all watching, or probably more like 12, because I know I'm counting as a viewer as well, so I can look at the chat.
Same.
Yeah.
I should say that, by the way, we have hit just today 70 followers on the Roof Walker's Twitch. It's really nice number already.
Mm-hmm.
We're growing pretty fast. Hopefully we'll get people outside the Roof Walkers community to join us on stream very, very soon.
Hopefully. We just gotta lure them in.
Yes. But now we're just waiting for pick and ban to start for the game between Jay and Monkey with the sub on Twitch Prime. Thank you very much, man. You're part of us, but thank you very much. That is the very first locked in. I can't see.
Are we in?
Apparently they're locked in. Okay, pick and ban is starting right now. Monkey has the first ban.
Man, where are you seeing this? That's the real question.
I'll send you the link if you want. Don't worry.
Oh, thanks, fam. I appreciate it.
There it is.
Excellent.
I forgot I had to say that. So Monkey banning Airy, Jay so far banning the Cho'gath.
I like the Ari ban. Ari's a disgusting champion.
Airy is very, very strong if you know how to play her.
Yeah, you land her charm, it should be a one-hit kill.
Yes. I'd like to show you guys the pro draft, but I can't because reasons. It'll work out. You know what?
We got an Annie ban coming in from Monkey.
Let me see if I can do this. There it is.
Yeah. Annie ban was
if you may.
I think she got buffed with her ult in the last patch.
Yes.
Fiora ban coming out for Jay.
And a Hecarim for Monkey.
Interesting.
It is pretty interesting. I didn't expect to see a Hecarim ban on this 1v1.
Yeah, I'm not. Is Hecarim that strong 1v1? I didn't think he was.
I think he's either. His whole thing is just running around the map ganking.
Yeah. And we have a Shen ban from Jay.
Yes. I like the ban, to be honest. Shen can be a very, very strong 1v1.
Yeah.
Especially with.
Can confirm I've seen Monkey Shen. I've played against Monkey Shen. We would have big fighting matches as Malachi Shen, and we would just stare at each other, whack each other like for 30 seconds. No one would do any actual damage. Or the game after where he got fed and just whooped my butt.
Monkey picking up the Nassus. Okay, so is he looking to just win my farm or something?
I guess.
I don't think Nessus does damage early game.
The thing is with Nasus, he doesn't do damage until he does, and if you don't fight them at all with your Q, they never know how much damage you actually do. Because they like can look at your stacks and kind of get a rough estimate, but until you see your health bar drop, you don't know. So one of the tricks is with Nasus is just never use your Q in a fight until you get hit 6 or you think you have a good pick, or whatchamacallit. But we have an Elise for Jay.
Is that really an Elise, or is that Pro Draft having the usual stroke?
We'll have to see when we load
We'll
in.
have to
Because
see.
also I thought they just blind picked champions, so they might just be picking for lulz while they're loading in and waiting for us to get in.
They might be doing just for the bans. I was kind of late to the whole explanation thing. I mean, I wasn't late.
They're just
Like-
randomly picking stuff. So
Got it.
what the format is, we use the 3 bans and the pick thing to get the bans, but we're doing blind pick, so one person can't counterpick the other.
Got it. Thank you very much, Biggin.
Oh, I got you.
No, I want to point out before I get flamed by Road. I wasn't late to the meeting. The meeting started 5 minutes earlier according to my clock. So,
Aha. Time is just an illusion. Nothing is real.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the actual thing and I'm seeing a Heimer and a Lux, so I'm thinking
Yes. I am
That's
guessing
the
that is a
actual pick.
Hammer versus Lux.
I'm like if I would not pick a Heimer, or I wouldn't at least pick a Lux, but Lux into Heimer might be fine.
I mean, I feel like Hammer is just gonna win by tower damage. I don't see Hammer winning by kill.
I don't know. Like you can't. I think Heimer easily wins by farm
Yes.
because
He
Lux
could-
can't really engage on him.
Yes, that's probably what we're gonna see. I don't expect him to win by a first blood. It would be kind of odd, especially against champion like Lux that can just hit him from half the map away.
Yeah, we'll see. You never know. Rodox did flame me when I joked about winning by farm, so I'm curious if Heimer will actually try to win like that.
We were thinking one of your games, I think, when you played Zoe was going to get farm, and then it just didn't, man.
So Monkey and I were trying to pick champions, and neither of us could figure out what to pick. And I like locked in Zoe, and like immediately we got into the game, and like I just couldn't hit anything. I'm like, wow, this was an awful pick. And then he was beating me in farm. It was just not a good time.
Look, I'm okay with you missing skill shots, but going into 3 casters and a cannon like that, come on.
Well,
That
okay.
was-
So I had Ghost, so I'm like, all right, I'll just do a quick run around, sleep him, and then Q him. And I forgot that I need minions to not be there, and then he did a bunch of damage. I'm like, wow, this is just sad. I'm bad.
Of course. Question, private. I'm supposing you have the Monkey J cam. All right. Just wanted to make sure. Got
Lit.
it.
Yeah. Hey.
We're very close to it. I'm kind of excited for this game. I am also asking private that while looking at his screen on stream because I'm definitely not asleep. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
As stuff happens. We don't talk about it. I will. Someone go Yumi for the lows. I agree with that. Please, somebody pick Yumi.
I debated doing it for the second game, but I was like, nah, that's actually disrespectful.
No. You have to do it for the stream.
Nah.
All right, we are loading in. We're loaded in. I'm sorry about that. We see Jay getting Comet and Barrier on the locks against Monkeys, Comet, and Clarity. I don't know. I feel like this matchup should go to the locks.
I don't know. Heimer sets up turrets and sits back and farms for the win without actually farming.
But yeah, can turrets hit locks though? I feel like she outranges them pretty badly as well.
Welcome to
I
the
don't-
howling
I think
abyss.
it's like red. I think they're the same range. I think.
Pretty sure locks has high range, man. She's
All
one
right.
of the highest range champions in the whole game.
I guess that's fair. I guess we'll see. I don't like either of these champions.
Minions have
Well, I don't know.
spawned.
We'll see how it
Enchanters
goes.
that don't have mobility feel bad when there's a very high chance you go against an assassin of some sort.
So you say until you get a one shot from like half the lane away.
Yeah. So Heimer getting a late start here, running to catch up to his minions.
Yes. As for items, we see Heimer picking up an item that I don't know the name of because I don't play
Hammer.
Air. No, that's Guardian's Orb. Alright, so just the standard item for that with a bead. And Lux opted for the Lost Chapter, if I saw that correctly.
Probably.
Yes.
Yep.
Lost Chapter and 2 pots.
Heimer losing in TS. I was wrong. He has 1 to
But
Lux's
look
2.
at that
It's
damage though. Look at that.
I don't
He
think
just
Lux
landed the
ranges
E.
these turrets.
You think? Did you see the skill range? I think
don't
it
think
was
her
mid
auto.
pot.
I don't think her auto outranges the turrets.
I mean, Herald doesn't, but she doesn't need to auto when she's in a tower.
I guess. We'll see though. Heimer's already at half mana. Lux getting some
She's
HP
getting
back.
mana. She does have party though. What's up? I'm pretty sure Lux loses that Private. Because you guys can hear it, Private is pointing out if both ult at the same time, we would see a massive just display of fireworks on screen. That would be fun, and I'm pretty sure Heimer wins that.
Yeah, because I think Lux might do more damage, but Heimer's will happen way quicker than Lux's. So, can we
I don't know,
get CS up?
It shows the CS. How's it going to my... They're pretty...
Yeah, I would have thought
That's
Heimer would be
very
going
useful.
hard for the CS here, but
He's not, he's just going for the trade.
yeah. To be fair, he's winning most of these trades.
He is winning them pretty hard as well.
Yeah.
That is a good question. Can he? Oh. I'm pretty sure Lux R goes off regardless of
True.
PC. The only way to stop Lux R, if I'm not mistaken, is to kill her in the animation. And even then, it's a pretty short animation.
It's a toss up. I don't think you can stop Luxar.
Yeah, I don't
I
think you
think
can.
once
I
the
think
Ray
you can
Cannon's done,
silence.
it can't be stopped. Oh,
I'm
Lux is
pretty
gonna
sure
sneak herself
silence.
in, but at what cost? Oh, never mind. At no
Yeah.
cost. She gets it for free.
She gets the shield. I mean, was it worth it considering the mana that shield costs? I don't
I
think
mean, you
so.
get mana from the thing being dropped, I believe.
It's very few. It's very little. I don't know.
W doesn't cost that much either, I don't think.
Does it not?
I don't
We'll
believe
see.
so.
We'll see after mana drops down. Heimer holding the mana advantage despite not using his clarity yet. This Lost Chapter is not putting in enough work for Lux right now.
Ayo.
And I think Heimer is starting to pull up on CS.
Probably.
Pretty sure he is, just looking at gold.
Yeah.
She does have mana flow. This Heimer is winning by 7 CS, which doesn't sound like much, but it's pretty it's a pretty big difference when you're looking for only 100 CS.
Yeah. Lux W costs 60 mana, so it's like a medium ability. So probably not worth it, but
It's not bad.
yeah, it's not awful.
It's
Heimer.
pretty worse.
Starting to push under this turret here.
Yeah. So yeah, we're seeing Heimer just doing Heimer stuff, permanent pushing, doing damage. Look at this tower taking
Yeah.
quite a bit of damage.
I think this is the first game I've seen someone actually go for tower.
That is incorrect. We saw... Who was it? I'm trying to remember.
I only saw half the games though, so
Yeah. Ooh.
Up.
Lance McHugh.
I don't think she can follow up with anything. I think all of her
She
other
didn't
skills are
have
down.
E up, as far as I could tell.
But Heimer just pulling away with the CS. He's gonna get another turret here.
Yeah, that tower is zoning Lux off of the heel. Very,
Yeah.
very nice. Yes, guys.
I hate to
this
see
one
it.
is
I
CS,
don't like
worry about
armor,
it.
but look at this Heimer just taking the CS.
She is doing Heimer stuff, as
Yeah.
she should. I feel like Lux hasn't been playing it that bad, but she just keeps missing and missing skills just over and over again, and it's costing her.
Yeah, and not following up when she gets a root. I get it's kind of hard for her to, since the turrets, if she follows up anything, gets too close to just obliterate her, as we saw in an earlier trade.
We saw it, but as long as she does the E, it should be fine.
Yeah.
For
Lux
those of
going
you-
for the back, not totem. What are those called? Wards?
It's a rune, I think. I don't
Rune, that's what it
remember.
is. Yeah. It's the same,
We'll call
or
it
shrine.
what it is.
I think it's shrine, right? Same
Is it
thing
a
as fire and
shrine?
stuff. I thought it was the same as Bard, but I could be wrong. Oh, Lux gets the... Okay, Lux doing some damage here, but has to back up.
But
Yeah, Timer just out damages her.
yeah, as long as he lands the E, he out damages her. And that's the issue. He's landing pretty much every single E, and Lux is missing pretty much every single E so far.
Yeah. And that E is just so hard to dodge, especially when you can spray it. There's the root, there's the E. Lux hit still shot.
Now we see what Lux damage looks like.
Yeah. Now he's still sitting at half HP and half mana while she's at more of a quarter here, but
Yes.
he hasn't clarity yet either, that is a good point. Lux steps up.
He's not losing
Hammer
mana.
blows ult there, I think.
Yes, that was Hammer ult and Lux very getting burnt out. We have Hammer with 51 CS. He wants to put...
He doesn't quite get him, he's running back for the shot. Oh, if she burned that up, I think she could have gotten a kill there.
One auto attack would have killed him. That is very, very sad. She was scared of the turrets and decided to come back. Hammer passed the 50 CS mark. Lux barely going over 40. We might see as a very first CS victory in the whole tournament so far.
And the Heimer with the Shrine is back, or was back to half before he just ate a Lux E. But here he comes with his own damage. Oh, and now it's Lux's turn to be down to one auto. Does she have a Shrine up in the back?
She does.
It looks
She
like
does have one.
Yeah. It's not gonna do much though.
Keep in mind, Hammer does have two. I'm sorry, what's right? Hammer does have 2 rejuvenation beads, so he's healing up.
Oh yeah. Well, ults are up, I am told. And everything missed, and Lux is forced to flash away as Heimer can smell blood in the water. Lux ults to do some damage, but is way too far away to follow up with any of it.
Not a bad idea though, just even at the score, stop the Heimer from playing way too much. You know, just put in more pressure in.
Fairly often.
Yes.
But
Heimer, good
Lux
auto for us.
into the stun, and she's going for the heal. Heimer is trying to punish for it, they both get the secondary heal off of it, and they're both super low.
This is coming so close. If Lux keeps landing skill shots as she is right now, she might be able to pull it off.
I think Lux wins this one just because neither of them are. They're going to both play safe, and then Lux has ult first.
Yes. Lux ult. It's
Heimer
almost
still has
off.
ult up, so he might get her here. Nope, there's
Correction,
Heimer ult
Heimer.
again, misses.
Heimer did not have ult, nor did he use it right now. It's been on cooldown for the last 20 seconds or so.
Okay, I don't know what it looked like he used his E ult animation with the big cone. Yeah?
Just look at the champion icons. You can see the ult cooldown.
Can you? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you can. Spicy. Well, Lux's ult is up.
Yes, she does have ult up, but Hammer is pretty healthy, so we might not see the Lux ult coming out here.
I don't think she has a choice. I think she just has to keep him low.
I
would
feel
like
like
to see a follow up with that after she slows him to make sure the ultimate hits.
I feel like a QE ult. It's a kill at this point.
Yeah.
Never mind. I have to say
Heimer
that.
finding friends in the shrines here. What's the CS at right now? Hey, nice.
Alright, Demo Monkey, you're not allowed to CS anymore. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, he might get the
He's not
turn
allowed.
before he gets the 100 CS. Lux is
He-
feeling the pressure
that is
now as all
true.
3 win conditions are in Heimer's grasp.
Yes. She does have a sign to heal up right now, but yeah, Heimer is not gonna let him take it for free. Misses the Q, misses the E. Does she realize she can proc E mid-air? I don't think she does.
Yeah.
Heimer misses
Heimer ult
the E.
is up. I am looking at the icon now, so I know these things.
Heimer
Lux-
dominating this matchup so far. He has all 3 win conditions in his hands. Lux just barely getting to 50 CS. We might see a win for Monkey very, very soon, unless Lux manages to find the damage.
Alright, Heimer just going to town on this turret. Fox realizing she has to do something. We haven't engaged, but she misses the Q that would land her the ult. Heimer taking some damage, but not a lot. And the tower is at, what's the tower HP at right now for me, if you would?
Looks like about 100. Yes, 139.
Lux
Jesus.
burns the ult just to clear the minions from taking the tower. I think Heimer wins by tower here, folks.
We're about to see the very first victory by Tower of the whole tournament. This is going to be very, very interesting
Lux is gonna
development.
have to do something. She steps up and gets stunned. There's the Q from Heimer.
She has
Lux
to go
misses her
for it.
root.
Yes.
I think
Heimer
Heimer
did make
wants
lethal.
to CS with a turret victory now. He doesn't seem super intent on killing her, just getting these minions farmed up and pushing it back right under her tower.
Yeah. We can see the Lux being very desperate, just throwing out skills, trying to push his wave out so he can get a tower, but even then, Heimer is up at 81 CS right now, 2 Lux at 60. He is about to win by CS as well.
He's about to win by
85,
something.
84
He's just
CS.
going to like stop the up gets the stun. This should be it.
Nope.
Nope, here
Fire
comes
comes
the
out.
barrier.
He hits. He doesn't have an ult.
Oh,
Lux
she
stands
pushes
in
out of the
it.
Heimer off her.
Ooh. Heimer,
CS check at 84.
85. Heimer has yet to use his clarity, which makes me wonder if he took Ignite, that could have been game. We'll see how this goes.
He hasn't needed to.
He hasn't needed to.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. It's just he's been running.
9 CS. From now on,
I think the tower
Private.
fell first. I think this
From
is it.
now
Heimer
on.
finishing off the
Nope.
tower here.
Here comes the tower damage, and there it is. First tower comes out as
Go to
the Lux
Heimer.
almost dies.
Heimer going for the kill anyway, just to follow it up. Misses. Lux wants her revenge. She shields his. Heimer puts a turret down. Lux W's, and they're both still alive.
And
Both
someone
can at least
please.
get a kill here.
Children of all ages, I have an announcement.
Yes. Rodax, we hear you.
Monkey has conceded to Jay before the win, as he must run to go do something. So the finals will be Jay and Bold Exile will be.
Alright, as we hear those news, we should go look now at that matchup so we can know who's going to fight Jay at next.
Lux and Heimer are still alive going at it, both with no HP. Next ability that hits wins.
I know you want to see it, but
I
just real
do,
quick,
but we should
Exile,
move on.
Exile against Bold, Exile ban Tristana. I should say that, Exile ban Tristana, Ashe, and Lucian, Bold ban Renekton, Raka, Strang. Let's get this moving along. We have Exile on the Yasuo once again against, I forgot his name already, against Fall on the table, say that. Druid. Let's go.
Tune in to the other stream.
Here we go. Alright, as we go in, we see Yasuo picking up boots and a dagger. Those guys still going, Jesus Christ. And said picking up this rated Dirk. Never mind, Yasuo changed his mind. He gets a Garden's hammer and a dagger.
What does Garrett's hammer do for us non-knowledgeable people?
It gives 150 health, 20 AD, and 10% lifesteal, which is pretty nice for Yasuo.
Wish I knew about that item earlier today. Not gonna lie, Gumbo.
I mean, who buys it? I don't think anyone buys it.
I've seen a bunch of people buy it.
I mean, in this tournament, yes, but aside from it. I mean, I don't think it's a nice item for longer games. Only once, I don't think it gives you enough stats. I don't know.
Yeah,
I might be just bad.
who knows? Zed finally figures out what he wants and he sells this for Dirk, Bead, and 3 pots.
Yes.
I believe that's a Dirk.
Now, before we get blamed for not showing the rest, Deluxe again, Heimer. That was over. Don't hate us.
Yep.
Alright, here we go. We see Seth playing pretty passive, just focusing with fear.
We see also Hungry gets the knockup, gets out of the way.
Didn't even have to proc his shield.
Impressive. Oh, but he misses a Q there, and that is way more important. But yeah, so they're, I'm looking. I'm wanting Zed to try to proc his shield with his Q here because he's not gonna be able to do anything. He also just
Alright.
pushes an entire minion wave under tower.
Yes. No hesitation. It is 11-0 CS-wise so far.
Yeah, Yasuo also doing some CS stuff. Zed is able to farm up some of these minions though as they were pushed under his tower.
He's
So we'll
trying
have
to.
to wait for the wave to crash for it to actually be even.
Oh. Apparently we're in an intermission right now. I don't know what's going on. Alright.
Alright, now if we could get a CS check.
It is 12-10.
Alright. And Yasuo still
Definitely a
has
lot
2
more even.
waves to Zed's 1, so Yasuo is definitely winning in CS. Still hasn't had the shield proc, I don't believe.
He hasn't taken any poke from the set so far.
I think they're both waiting for their ults to do the all-in. And then just getting minions as a whatchamacallit, a backup plan.
Yes.
I'm surprised he also is kind of chilling back though. He seems a bit scared of the Zed now. Now that Zed's back at decent amount of HP.
But that's some very quick stuff. Don't worry about it.
Getting some quality Wi-Fi issues coming through from someone here.
It wasn't my Wi-Fi. I had to tap out. Don't worry about it.
It's all good. If you want me to
That's
spectate the next game, I can. You also getting Cannon
Yeah,
there.
we might shortly expect two picking for the next game. So, World, if you're listening to this, give an excellent two picking just in case.
Yasuo going in. He has ult and his Q up. Gets. I think he missed the knockup.
He
Then using
misses
his
the
W to get
NATO.
away.
Just missed the NATO. Used his heal to get away. Didn't take any damage, as Yasuo does. Ooh.
Yasuo going in with the Q and getting right back out. Going back in again. Misses. Has Tornado up. Zed goes for the health. Yasuo goes for the knockup and misses. Zed gets most of his HP back. Could we get a minion count, please?
Yes, it is currently 36-20 favoring Yasuo.
Yeah. So in these trades, Zed's playing passive, so Yasuo is totally fine with CSing here.
Pick an. If you have either Exile or Bob in your friends list, you might want to play the game because I'm seeing a lot of jittering on the stream.
Yeah. Exile and who?
Or Bob. I guess
Bob.
it's his username. I mean, that's his username. That's the idea.
Is it just straight up Bob? I'm not seeing him.
It's Bob PHU12.
All right. Can you spell it?
BOBPHU12.
BHU12?
Yes.
Oh, well, I can't send a friend's request because he's in the mall match. So,
Yes.
we apologize for the stream quality. We'll be getting.
Not much I can do about it.
Yeah, we'll get it to a stable connection for next time.
Yep.
We just get to watch Yasuo and Zed eat or drink too much caffeine and just jitter around. Why I don't drink Red Bull here, by the way.
Red Bull's pretty nice.
Yeah. That wave underneath tower for Yasuo for him to farm.
I'm gonna see what I see as win. Probably Yasuo of all champions.
Yeah. Yasuo going for the engage here, zooming around, getting his Q ready to proc. He goes for the Zed ult as well. Yasuo knock up, there's the ult. Wait for Zed. Zed does. Oh, Zed's damage comes
there
in. Zed flashes, and there's the kill for Zed.
A
Zed was
very
just biding
clean
his time
play.
to get Yasuo low enough to do his ult and then do massive damage.
Alright.
Alrighty. Yeah, if you want to add or include me
Next
for the
game.
next game to spectate.
Yes. Next game, try to pick him, please. Oh god. Oh god, my PC is dying. Bye-bye. Please.
Don't do it. Oh, report me. Yep, you're right.
Yes. Report the caster for not finishing that game. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. You know we had to. I just get picking to do it this time around because my internet is definitely not. Which is kind of weird because when I stream to Twitch, it doesn't get any issues.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Feels bad, man.
Feels bad. Hey, we're gonna also have to remind me to stream it to Discord so you can see it.
Hey, Morgan.
It's just me, yeah.
Love you guys. Love you guys. You're amazing. All right, as we wait for all the camp stuff in all the camp stuff and the streaming, I want to get it set up real quick. In the next match, we have Jay against Bull. Jay banned Soraka, Tristana, and didn't ban a third champion as far as I can tell. Bull came at us with a Bliskin, Bard, and Alistair ban. A lot of supports, oddly enough.
Hey, Gumball.
Yes.
You wanna send me the link there, please?
Sure.
Man, I'm just saying.
Just
Man,
remind
you're
me
as
to
bad
do
as private with these links, man. I'm just saying.
No. Hear me out.
All right.
We're not gonna put pick and ban on stream anyway, so I don't have to send it.
I mean, it still makes me sad.
Plus,
And-
I'll raise run.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what these bans are here, but apparently we have a Zed, Cassiopeia, and Malzahar versus Alexei and Nasus. So a 3v2 going on up in his house.
That would be very interesting. It just happens that the very last game is attributive because reasons.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
And obviously Bold gets one less pick because Jay banned one less champion. That is standard rules in League of Legends tournaments.
Yes. That's always attributive because Jay only banned 2 champions.
Yep.
Because, that's how this game works.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know Jay plays support, but banning 3 supports I don't think is the play. iPod says less bans equals more wins, and I couldn't agree more. Look, I'm not flipping on Jay, I'm just saying I don't think banning supports for a 1v1 is the right choice. That's all I'm saying. Calm down, guys. Oh, it's iPod.
Apparently her Ari is clean.
Alright.
Ari is also not a support. So, I mean, she can be, but I
You're just plus off mid lane. That is true.
yeah. Ari support is as much of a support as Zeroth is.
Yes.
Oh,
I
I got
mean-
the invite.
We're starting to see why this is Shaypod.
Yeah.
That is why we
Welcome
have
to
that,
the
guys.
Howling Abyss.
Wait, so who's whatchamacallit? Who's streaming this one? Oh, private streaming. Alright, cool.
So currently we have Bold against Jay. Bold on the Akali, Jay on the Airy.
Minions have spawned.
This is very much a skill matchup, if you ask me.
Yeah, 100%. This is a classic mid lane matchup right here.
Yes. As items, we see Ari with the Lost Chapter and 2 potions, as you would expect. The Akali with a revolver and a bead.
I would also pretty much say as you expect.
As you would expect, yeah. I don't agree with the 4 potions. Maybe another bead would have been better.
4 potions is 200 gold. I would have liked to see 1 potion and a longsword personally for a bit more damage. But again, also health regen, and this is very important, especially if you eat a Ari charm and somehow survive. Getting all that HP back is going to take some time.
Yes. It is gonna take some time, but you're in no hurry, and it's better. I need a long
yeah.
run.
Ari
You're gonna get a
going,
bit
or not
better.
Ari, Akali going in for some damage. Ari gets the charm. Akali gets the E, goes in with the burst with the EQ. Part 2 flashes in.
There
and
it
first
is.
blood for
Flash is
Akali.
getting the kill.
Doing assassin things, man. We should make a rule you're not allowed to draft 2 champions with the same first letter. But Akali going in and finishing it. The barrier didn't mean anything. Akali just waits for it to end and then uses her passive auto attack to finish the job.
That was such a fast.
No ignite
Such a
either,
fast
pointing
combo.
out by an observer.
Woo. Woo. By the way, you have the link beacon, so have at it.
Oh, excellent. Oh, I'm already okay. Thanks, buddy. I apologize for all the flame I gave Gumball for not sending links. He sent it to me this time, so we are good to go.
I
And
am done.
Akali is banned.
I am currently streaming pick and ban, so private. If you can get up on the stream, thank you, iPod. I guess. Alright, as we go into the pick and ban 30-second match, we see Blitzcrank, Alexander, and this time Braum getting banned by Bold once again. Then 3 supports. I don't know, man. You keep banning supports in the 1v1. I don't know if I agree with that.
Is she? I'm seeing Akali, Zen, and Katarina for the bans.
No, but I'm saying Bold's bans.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's just mass disrespect.
It could be. I mean, after the way he won that last match, I would agree. He has a right to be. I'm just a bit.
That Akali was clean. I also like the difference I'm noticing as we went into the higher level of play here for the 1v1s that people are actually CSing and targeting the tower as opposed to the just bloodbath that was the lower bracket.
So we are seeing a lot more. We're seeing very much higher CS numbers
Oh yeah.
in a very slow amount of time. Just as you can tell.
Yeah.
They're just correcting the fact that they're good players. That's all they're doing.
And is that what I think it is locked in for Bob?
No, they're just picking random stuff. Remember.
No, I'm talking about the actual. I'm seeing Lux versus Soraka for this one.
Look, Morgan. I know you were CSing, man, but CS. I'm talking about CS per minute in average. It's just higher. It's just higher in this bracket, man.
Man,
Nothing against the other bracket, but this is how it goes. I'm
Yeah.
not saying winning through CS is probably not their objective. I'm just saying they just have the habit of CSing way
Yeah.
more. It just comes.
not gonna lie, the only time I was CSing was trying to thin the wave before I went for an all-in. But
Let me stop streaming this before you guys see my screen. There's stuff you shouldn't see. There's stuff you shouldn't see out here. All right, so we're gonna have Jay on the Lux against Iraka.
insane. Bob is feeling confident enough to pull out the Raka, and we'll see what he can do with it.
So on top of banning 3 supports for DVM, he's now picking Iraka. Okay, man.
He wanted to make sure it was not a support matchup. He wanted to make sure that, well, I guess Lux is a support, so maybe not. But
It's kind of,
did his best.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm expecting this. I'm not expecting, but I want this Raka to be AD Raka with the bananas.
I think she has to. I mean, the AP, she doesn't have healing, so that's not going to be super useful. And
She does have killing her Q.
oh, yeah, her Q if she lands it. Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
I don't play Raka because I don't like playing that kind of support.
a silence, a root, and a heal. It's not bad for the Raka.
True, but
Also, I'm pretty sure Raka can cancel Lux ult with her silence, so that could be an advantage.
Google
Look, man, I'm trying to make the Raka.
Raka
I'm trying. I'm trying to give the Raka the best chance.
Oh yeah,
I'm
here we
trying to
go.
make
We'll
it
see
look
if
like it's a
Google.
legit pick. Alright, Google. Prove me right, please.
All right, here we go.
Can Raka silence
Control F
cancel?
Lux. Let's see what this all right.
Please.
Nope, it
please.
does not cancel Luxar.
Really, the silence doesn't cancel the R?
Nope. It can't or silences can't interrupt cast times. So like Ezreal R as well isn't interrupted.
But isn't Lux doesn't Lux ult have a channel?
No. You
It
just
doesn't
click it
have a
in a
channel?
box. No. Neither does Ezreal.
Really? Is it really only the animation? No way.
Yeah. It's just a very long animation.
No way.
Oh yeah. Oh, I hear
No
typing.
way.
I hear typing. All right, we are now
I
getting
am
into
typing.
game. All right, Gumball. Let
So
me know if it's working.
as soon as I can see it, I will let you know.
All right. Oh, nope. Here we go. All right. I restarted my stream. My stream cancels every time I load into a game because it's dumb.
Fair.
Can you
Alright,
see?
it is. I can see the load screen. We have both champions taking Comet, and we see Rocket with Ignite against Lux's Barrier.
Hey,
Why would you
Skins get
take
wins.
Barrier?
Raka screwed.
Why would you take Barrier against Oraka? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but you should take Ignite against Oraka.
Yeah.
Come on, Jay. It's a support. You should know how to deal with her. I don't know, man. If the very last victory for the tournament is by Oraka, it's gonna be hype. By the way, we're not gonna have game audio because picking.
Huh?
We don't have game audio picking, by the way.
Oh, items. Yeah. Hold on.
No. I'm just didn't get it. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
Items.
As for items, tab.
I changed my bindings and I forget what they are. So.
You should get rid of the timeline because it keeps away the game.
Yep.
Thank you very much. All right, items. We see Raka with Spectre's Cow and a bead against Lux's last chapter with 2 potions. Very standard.
There
Alright,
we
we
go.
do have game audio. We do have game audio, just very, very quiet.
Oh, sorry.
That's
that better?
fine. Thank you very much.
I'm just gonna kill my ears. It's fine.
I'm mostly just telling it to private so he raises the volume on
I
stream. That's
see.
all. That's all I'm trying to do.
That makes more sense. Yeah, the
It
game
is pretty
volume.
low. It is not gonna get picked up on the stream very likely unless you raise it somehow. Yes. All right, we'll try to deal with that somehow. I don't care.
I'm gonna try to mess with my commands
On the
too,
meantime,
but
no,
nah.
because I paused the stream.
Oh, never mind. Yep, here we go. We're back.
All right, as we come
Training.
back from the black screen, we have a lot of trading. Both champions getting kind of low. Rocket is not taking much damage thanks to that Spectre's Cow.
Rocket getting some healing. Rocket
Ooh,
getting
lands an E.
rooted,
Look
burned.
at the damage.
Lux is coming out hard.
Ignite and Barrier come out. I'm not sure. I don't have portraits, so I can't tell you about flashes. Picking. There it is. Both players keep their flashes right now. Lux is leading by 3 CS. Not a lot, but
Yeah.
it's enough. As we were talking.
Difference
I don't know,
being
man.
that Soraka
Okay.
heals for a bunch and Lux does a bunch. So I think Soraka just pops R when Lux does, and nothing happens.
Fair. Just as we were talking about CS as well, these two guys are not CSing anymore. Just to prove,
Hey,
prove us
they're
wrong.
13 to 12, doing their best. Just trying to prove me wrong.
Yes. We see Locke just sitting in this bush waiting for her chance to get anything out. Gets pushed out Miraka, maybe not. Ooh.
I want her just to throw out an E and leave because there's so many minions there. She's gonna take massive minion damage.
She is, but we'll see what happens because she does have ult. That's a huge There is.
Here comes the silence though and the return from the Soraka. She's chasing her down. Soraka have ult? Yes, Soraka still has ult, holding on to it.
That Rocket doing massive damage. You wouldn't expect it.
There's the
She-
Soraka ult coming out.
Killing up. Gets the healing from the rune as well.
The
Lux
flash
doesn't
from the
get it.
Soraka, the
Flash
silence, and
forward.
that's it. The
There
Kame
it
comes in
is.
for the Soraka.
The Soraka winning 1v1 against a first. Is that for a tournament? I'm pretty sure it is.
I think so. Yeah, the
It will.
Comet just comes in after the silence and just does the last touch of damage.
Alright, Rod is here to correct us. Rod?
Gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Bold Slayer is your gold, well, silver 2 to gold winner of the
There it
1v1.
is.
Congratulations.
Winning the 1v1 tournament with a Soraka pick. Definitely not what you would expect.
Okay.
Of all the champions he could have won with, he chose this Soraka. He chose to win with the bananas. Rod, if you can get him over here, that would be very nice of you.
What do you want? You want an interview?
Yes, please, because there's not much to talk about the 1v1 since it's only 2 champions.
We're at the analyst desk.
We are
Oh,
in
yes,
League Stream.
All right, I'm moving. All right, interview time, Bold.
Alright, hello, Bull.
Oh.
Welcome to the stream.
Ooh. I told you,
Just-
Soraka OP.
Oh, man.
Spicy.
Dude, nobody thought. Jay on chat saying she's mad. No one expected this Soraka to just straight up win the tournament for you.
It's support champs are OP, man.
He was banning only support champs.
Yeah.
Right, and now we know why. Apparently, they're very, very strong in the 1v1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So congrats, you just won the 1v1 for the higher division. How's it feel, man?
It was great. Winning with Soraka. Easy
Hey-o.
go. I said I was gonna play Soraka. That's why she banned the first game.
Dude,
Ah.
I saw the rock and I was like, does he have enough damage to keep up? And then I just saw you like land the Q and take a good chunk out of Lux, and Jesus, man.
Were you a bit worried during that, I think the first Luxalt exchange that you were going to die? She output some massive damage there.
Like 68 magic resistant, so I think it's good. Yeah.
There you go. I was wondering because I saw you didn't pop your ult right away and I wasn't sure if you're going to survive. But nope, you're fine. Just walking around.
Yeah, the Spectre's Cattle just coming in, giving a lot of value. We can hear some typing going on.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. All right, so, right, that is. Any last words, Bold, before we, I think, close this up? I don't know, Road.
Ben Soraka next time.
Ben Soraka next time. All right.
Thank
There's,
you both.
Yep.
there's your words from the winner.
You
Road,
heard it here first.
any
All
words?
right. I got some announcements that I want to roll out really quick.
Let go.
Let me just pull up the calendar so we know. First and foremost, thank you everybody for coming to the event. Thank you to the casters, streamers, and players for making it happen. Second of all, we have our next event coming up very soon, which is our ARAM tournament. Teams can be of any different elos. We don't really care. We're just going to slam everybody in ARAM, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The information, I believe, has already been posted in announcements on the Riftwalkers server, and registration opens July 30th and closes July 31st at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make sure that you register your teams there so that everybody can, play. Also coming up soon is the paid league registration. If you guys or your teams are interested in that, again, the registration for that will be opening Monday, August 3rd, and will be closing Friday, August 7th at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And more information to come about the free league, that will be our IBS league. All right, thank you very much once again. Congratulations to our IBS winner, 1v1 winner of Morgan.
Morgan.
Picken, you wish.
Hey, I was
Morgan.
close, man.
And our gold
Apparently, I don't
good.
know NAR passive enough. I did my best.
She don't know passive, not passive enough.
All right, well, that's all from me, guys.
All right. All right, so hope you guys are excited for the upcoming tournaments. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, especially considering we have a prize pool for the upcoming 5v5 tournament. That's going to be interesting. I feel we're going to see a lot of competition coming out for that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna clock out here, boys. Time to play some Grasp of the Undying and Lysandra top lane and just
Damn
show 'em
it.
how it's done.
God damn it. They're going to pay for that.
How would they do?
They're going to pay for that. For the, all right.